Hello, hello, hello. It's Kyle Shannon with the AI Learning Lab. Welcome. Just getting started here on a Saturday night. I got an iced coffee because I was a little sleepy, and there was coffee in the pot, so a refreshing summer beverage. But I drink it in the winter, too. This is the AI Learning Lab. If you have questions about AI, newbie to AI, love your content. Thank you. Peaceful Peach. Yeah, welcome. If you're new to AI, you've probably heard this if you've been on the channel, because I do this a lot. Go there. Go to chat.openai.com. That is the official ChatGPT website. And just start playing while I ramble on. Follow examples that I show, but also just, pop in things that you're curious about, interested in. See if it can do stuff, like challenge it. Ask it to do things you think it's not possible for it to do. And then when it does it, just pick your jaw back up off the floor and keep going. So those things, those URLs right there, if you're new here, are I put these up here just as kind of a public service announcement. All three of those are places where you can play with ChatGPT. Oh, your favorite channel. Thank you so much. That's silly. I'm just like an old dude sitting here chatting about AI, but I appreciate the kind words. I hope this makes a difference. About those, top one is ChatGPT. Second one is Bing. That's Microsoft's search engine, but it also has a chat button. And if you go to that chat button, that's GPT-4 for free. Free! Well, they stick some ads in there. And then there's Poe, and Poe gives you access to Poe's version of ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude models, and ChatGPT 3 and 4. You have to pay for some of those things, but you get to compare the different models, and it's pretty good. For newbies, also the speed of ChatGPT does things. It is alarmingly fast. Here's what shifts for me with ChatGPT. Let's say you got a thing you got to write, whatever the thing is. You got to write a letter, you got to write a bio, you got to write a social media post. The hour or two that you normally take to do the first draft? Well, that happens in 30 seconds. So you get to 80% of completion in 30 seconds. And then you have that 2 hours, rather than taking, 2 hours or an hour or whatever it is, half an hour to get to the first draft. You're kind of instantly at the first draft. And what it's done for me is it allows me to live at a higher creative level, just more consistently. I'm not getting stuck down in the weeds of that kind of lower level execution, just blocking out the words, blocking out the outline, whatever it is. Made a 3-course meal with GPT tonight. Nice. Guacamole, birria tacos, and strawberry. Nice. That's awesome. I'm going to use it to revamp my LinkedIn page. That's actually a really good idea. Oh, that's really interesting. Let's go do that. Let's go do something live with that. I think that's a really cool idea. Let's go. Let's flip on over. Yeah. So, okay. Hang on. So I'm going to go to my LinkedIn page. LinkedIn, din. Here we come to save the day. I'm going to go to Kyle Shannon. Hi, Kyle. What are you doing, Kyle? Oh, I'm just on TikTok. Are you an influencer, Kyle? I don't have a pink stripe in my hair, do I? Well, your hair does look kind of funny. All right. So I'm going to copy all of my LinkedIn profile. Did I do it? No. Why not? Because you're old and you don't know how to use a computer, you old man. God damn it. Apparently I don't know how to use a computer. Am I hitting the wrong shift key or not a shift key? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to copy my LinkedIn page, and then we're going to pop over here to ChatGPT. You can make money with ChatGPT. By the way, people that say that on TikTok or YouTube, do not listen to them. They are full of shit. Okay, they're trying to sell you something. Or they're annoying. And why do they talk like that? The hell is that? Okay, so I'm going to go to GPT-4. Do I want to do browse with Bing? I don't think so. I'm just going to do regular GPT-4. Why? I don't know. Sometimes you just got to play. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, based on this LinkedIn profile, and then oh, damn it. It's going to tell me, I'm sorry for the confusion, but it appears that there's no LinkedIn profile here. I know, ChatGPT. Thank you for correcting me. Based on this LinkedIn profile. Oh, by the way, a bunch of new people just showed up. Hi, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. If you've got questions about AI, pop them down below. I try to answer them all. I will get annoyingly behind in the questions, and it will seem like I'm not paying attention to you, but I love you. I love you all. You're the best. If you would, go ahead, tap the screen, make it seem like you're excited to be here, and that'll get other people here. Share this live. I don't know how you do that, but apparently that'll get more people here. And then if you have questions, pop them in. Someone said they were going to use ChatGPT to rewrite. Thanks for all the hearts. That's cool. They were going to use ChatGPT to rewrite their LinkedIn profile. So I'm going to try it now live on the internet. Well, on the TikTok on the internet. Is this the TikTok or is this the internet? I don't know. All right. Based on this LinkedIn profile. And then I'm going to hit Shift Return to make some line breaks. I'm going to paste in my LinkedIn profile. Let's see. Can you recommend things I can do to improve it, as well as some ideas for what? I don't know. Let's just keep it simple. Can you recommend things I can do to improve it? So, based on those LinkedIn profile, paste. Give me some ideas. Let's see what it comes up with. So there, it just read my LinkedIn profile like that. Kyle Shannon's LinkedIn profile seems comprehensive and detailed, showcasing his wealth of experience and skills. Apparently, ChatGPT's an ego boost as well. Kyle is an awesome human being. No, it doesn't say that. What does it say? Still, here are a few recommendations. Improve the profile summary. Your profile summary is a great place to showcase your personality, passion, and unique value proposition. Hey, how's it going? What's your value proposition? While the current summary does a decent job of this, consider making it more concise, powerful, focusing on your key achievements, goals, and skills. Okay, before I read the other ones, I'm going to say, awesome. Oh, by the way, saying things like awesome and please and thank you to ChatGPT just starts to happen after you start talking with it. Because it's like working with ChatGPT, once you get into it, is kind of like working with a remote coworker that's fucking smarter than anyone you've ever worked with. That's kind of what the experience is. Awesome, GPT. Can you please show me my current profile and then write me a new one based on your recommendations? ? And it should do that. Sure, I can provide a revised version of your summary. So this is one of the things ChatGPT is really good at, is like analyzing other things. You could put an other thing in there and do that, or you can say, here's a blog post I wrote. Now write me a new post on the, I don't know, Mesopotamian War, following that blog, profile. All right. Current profile. My background and skills are eclectic, but a common thread that has emerged is storytelling in one form or another. That's true. I wrote that. Okay, there's my experience. Proposed profile. As an accomplished entrepreneur, I merge storytelling, technology, and creativity to invent and lead innovative projects. That's pretty good. From cofoundingagency.com, one of the largest interactive marketing firms, to launching Storyvine, a platform enabling large-scale, high-quality video storytelling, my career is characterized by pioneering initiatives. Again, it's an ego boost, but that's pretty good. Like, it's well written. My passion lies in leveraging my writing, public speaking, and creative strategy skills to ignite impactful narratives across diverse sectors. Now, as the Chief Generative Officer at Content Evolution, I'm eager to unlock the potentials. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's pretty flippin' solid. So, all right, there you have it, people. GPT-4. GPT-4. Oh, someone said weak. I don't know what they're referring to, but that's all right. Pop your questions down below. It looks like a lot of you have put questions in here. If you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I'm a longtime entrepreneur, as just evidenced by popping my LinkedIn profile in there. Sorry, I don't normally do that, but I thought that was an interesting exercise. These URLs, the top one is the official ChatGPT website. I'm not connected with these in any way. This is just me trying to make it less confusing. The top one is the official ChatGPT website. The next one is Bing. That's Microsoft's search engine, but also has a chat button. If you click that chat button, that's ChatGPT-4. And then Poe.com lets you play with a bunch of different chat large language models and compare them. So those three are good. And then prompts.chat teaches you how to prompts, and Futurepedia is just a list of tools if you want to geek out. Excuse me. I just had a big... I went out with one of my employees is in town and invited me out to dinner, so I was just out and had a large Italian dinner. I'm really full. so I'm having coffee. I got to wake up. I'm having like a post-lunch slump, but it was dinner. Okay. All right. Does prompts.chat have a prompt for LinkedIn? I don't know. But just go load it and then just do a find on the page and see if there's a LinkedIn one there. But you can just, you can see what I just did there. You can just copy and paste your LinkedIn profile. You can say, act as a marketing consultant or act as a consultant that specializes in LinkedIn marketing and positioning or something like that. Just tell you don't need to do super. You don't need to be super specific with that stuff. If you just kind of put it in the neighborhood, it'll be pretty good. But because it's reading your existing LinkedIn profile, it's going to be able to pull a lot of stuff out of that. The trick with these GPT models is to provide them with a lot of context, like more than you think. Google for years has trained us, just put like the minimum amount that makes sense into the chat box. Otherwise, it'll screw things up and you'll get way too many things. ChatGPT is kind of the opposite. It's like, be a bit more flowery in your language and treat it like a person and say, okay, I've got an idea for the great American novel and and here's some ideas and I want you to help me organize the outline and ask me some questions about it. And you give it lots of context and then it does pretty well. Oh, snap. Bing plug-in now, too. Really? Did that happen? If that happened, that would be cool. That's Poe. That's not Bing. That's Twitter. That's not Bing. Here's Bing. Chat. I don't see no plugins. Why do you see the plugins? I do not see the plugins. Microsoft has said they will support plugins. Wait, let me reload this page. Let me go to chat. Let me go to reset. New topic. I do not see the plugins. Feedback. Am I dumb? Am I dumb? I may be a dumb. If I'm a dumb. Anyway, Microsoft has said they are going to support ChatGPT's plugin architecture. I don't see it here, though. So if you see it, if I'm just missing it. Wait, do I need to do what you need to do? Do I need to set it in my settings? Settings. Yeah, see? Yeah, you palooka. I don't see them anywhere. All right. If they're in there and I can't find them, tell me and I'll show everybody. All right. Could you give it the link to your profile? Yes, you could. Okay, so let me show you a cool thing with ChatGPT connected to... If you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I wax poetic about AI crap. So if you want to talk about it, pop things down below. I try to answer everything, so I am already behind. I'm 20 messages behind, so if it seems like I'm behind, that's because I am. Okay, so if you get ChatGPT and you pay for GPT Plus, that's the little yellow flag there. If you want to turn on the internet and the plugins, you have to go to your settings. So at the bottom of the screen here, I click on my name, I click on settings, and then you go to beta features, and you see where it says browse with Bing and plugins. You have to turn those on because they're beta features. I guess maybe they don't want too many people using it. It's funny, Sam Altman said the other day that he doesn't feel that there's a product market fit for plugins, but he's made it really fucking hard to find them. So you got to do that. And then now I've got 3 different modes of GPT-4. I've got default, I've got browse with Bing, and I've got plugins. So I just click browse with Bing, and now if I go to my LinkedIn profile, I copy it, and then I go back to ChatGPT. Make money with ChatGPT. Based on this LinkedIn profile, URL, right? Wait, sorry. URL. Let's see. What are the most relevant experiences if I want to be a TikTok influencer, even though I don't know how to twerk? There will be no twerking on this channel, I promise. It will be bad for all involved. I'm sorry, but I'm unable to access the LinkedIn profile directly due to LinkedIn's website. Oh, I guess it can't log in because you've got to sign in. So it can't do that. But okay. So there's more than one there's more than one way to skin the cat, that's probably triggering to someone. It's like, you shouldn't be violent to animals. I'm old and Gen X, and that's just the way I talk. So sorry. All right. I mean no harm to cats. Let's go to plugins. So here's the other thing. When you have the way plugins work, you have these 3 modes. You go to the plugins mode, and then you click on this pull-down menu, and you see a long list of plugins that I've got installed. And then for each session, you can activate up to 3. So I've got 3 activated right now that are related to travel, because I showed that as an example last time. But let's go to the plugin store. So the plugin store takes it a while to load because they're probably using some shitty database here because ChatGPT was tossed together over a weekend, basically. And that's not too far from the truth. Come on, man. Load. All right. We're going to go all. Let's see how many. Wow. There are now 98 pages of 4 plugins each. So like 3 days ago, there were 250. Now there's almost 400. Holy shit. Okay. So we're going to go to search plugins, and we're going to see if there's a LinkedIn plugin. LinkedIn. No plugins for LinkedIn. All right. There you go. Go read the documentation for writing plugins. They're really easy. Make a LinkedIn plugin. You'll be rich. You can make money with ChatGPT. Oh, I don't know if you knew this. If you haven't been here before, I'm an idiot. All right. It looks like it's just a handful of us in here. We lost the interlopers. This is the community right here. Okay. So the answer to can I just use my LinkedIn profile is no, because you have to log in and there's not a plugin for it. I just asked ChatGPT to make a ChatGPT-like site using Hugging Face models. Awesome. Did it work? That's super cool. Crazy-ass guy. And I'm not calling him a crazy-ass guy because I'm being derogatory. That's his self-proclaimed name. Crazy-ass guy. You're crazy. ass guy. All right, no religion. Take the religion out, please. I used AI to summarize a macro, what? Revonomic? I found it weak. AI confused prediction and projection. Okay, I don't know what that is. If you have really deep knowledge in something, I don't. I have no idea how you're using it. If you're prompting ChatGPT in kind of a generic way, it may give you generic answers. There may be areas where it doesn't have things. If you haven't tried it, tell it to act as a specialist in. Oh, I assume that maybe that means macroeconomic, macro-revonomic. I don't know what revonomic is, but if you meant economic, but basically tell it to be a specialist in that area. The way the large language models work, if you don't narrow it into kind of a semantic canyon where you're so here's a way to explain it. Andre Karpathy from OpenAI was explaining how these things work, and oh shit, what was the example he used? Okay, he was saying, so if you ask ChatGPT to solve a complicated math problem for you, it'll sort of look at all of the data it knows, which is essentially all of the internet, and it will say, okay, this person wants to solve a math problem, and it will look at all of its data, and it'll find all the places where people solved that math problem. Now, within all those people that solved that math problem, there are math professors who know how to solve it, and then there are lots and lots of students who don't know how to solve it. ChatGPT doesn't know the difference. It's just looking at all of them and sort of amalgamating answers, and that's why it hallucinates, right? Because it's sort of pulling things from everywhere. It doesn't actually know. It's not copying and pasting specific references. It's kind of averaging the shit together. So if you say, I want you to act as an advanced mathematics professor and I want you to answer this specific kind of problem, it narrows it into a semantic canyon that's going to be more likely to have correct answers in it. So if you didn't do that, that's something worth trying. And there are also things that ChatGPT is not going to be good at right now. And also 4 will be better than 3.5. Could you have instead entered it into ChatGPT first and then typed a second prompt referencing it? That's kind of what I did. I mean, on the second prompt. But you can't. There's not a way. So ChatGPT is a very, very thin application right now. It doesn't have a lot of features. It doesn't have memory. Like it's got sort of this 3,000 word sliding context window that's sort of memory in a session, and you can go back to a chat. But it doesn't quite have memory. You can't like dump it in and say, I want to keep referencing that thing. I think that's something that will come. Like that's a really good feature that they should do. All right. ChatGPT can make a person feel like Hugh Hefner. Okay. I was just telling you how to write one. It didn't tell you anything about your past. It's just telling you how to write one. It didn't tell you anything about your past. Yeah, it did. It did. It told me I founded agency.com. It told me I founded Storyvine. It told me I was the chief generative officer at Content Evolution. Now, like, I was just doing it quick on the fly. Like, if I were actually looking at that, I'd probably dig a bit deeper. You should, like, the fact that you're critiquing it is good. Like, that's a thing you should do when you work with these large language models is critique them. Oh, by the way, it looks like there's new people here. If you're wondering who the hell I am, I'm not Rosie O'Donnell, and I'm not Fat Alec Baldwin, but I've been accused of that in the past week. A couple others, too. These URLs right here, if you've not played with ChatGPT, it is my strong desire that you just go there and do it. The top one is the official ChatGPT website. The next one down is Bing. That's Microsoft's version of ChatGPT. It's GPT-4 for free, and Poe lets you play with a bunch of them. Prompts.chat will teach you about prompting and give you a bunch of examples to go play with and like show you how fucking capable these models are. And then Futurepedia is just like an infinite list of all the AI tools. Like, you know, every tool a rabbit hole. So if you've got ADHD, this is your time in history because these tools are fucking insane. Have you seen Gen 2 by Runway? Check this out. ADD moment. Save the day. Let's see. Twitter. We go to the Twitter. Why is this? There we go. Go to my profile. Where did I put it? Maybe I just did it on LinkedIn. Hold, please. Yeah. So I did this thing on LinkedIn. So check out this video. So this was my first attempt at making a text to video using Runway ML, their Gen 2 text to video tool. So I typed in woman walking through field of flowers with the breeze blowing, cinematic tracking shot. It only does 4-second snippets and they don't have any sound, but this was literally my first attempt, and it made that in like 30 seconds. So just from a text prompt. So this is where we're heading, and it's Runway ML. They have an app. The app right now, it seems like they're rolling this feature out to I don't have it yet in the iPhone app, but if you go to their Discord server, you basically go into. So I'm in if you don't know what Discord is, this is Discord. These are different servers. So I'm in the Runway server, and then these are different channels, and see these things that say generate 1, 2, 3. So that's where I can generate something. So how you generate something in the Runway server is you say at gen-2, and then you type in your prompt. So we'll do, let's see, 1901 race car, in Indianapolis 500. And then so it goes off and generates something. And the other thing it does, which is weird, so I'm in this Gen 2 channel, and it says it sent my thing off. And then what it does, it actually spawns a thread. So this sort of Gen 2 thread where it's going to actually show the thing. But it says text prompt, 1901 race car, CFG scale 10, interpolate false, upscale false. There's the seed number. So the seed's cool with these generative AI things. Like if I want to do other generations that are similar to this one, once it comes out, I can use that seed. And then green screen is false. So those are some of the parameters that are available to you, obviously. And then that's going to go off and do its thing. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'll come back and check that out. Anyway, that's Gen 2. That's pretty slick stuff. All right, weak. I don't know what was weak, but probably me. I am weak. I'm weak. I'm an old man. I'm old. I'm tired. The muscle mass is drifting away. It's falling off the bones. I'm getting brittle. Can you make money with ChatGPT? You can make money with ChatGPT. Here's the deal. ChatGPT is just a tool. You can make money with anything. You can make money with a bread maker. You can make money with a shovel. You can make money with Photoshop. You can make money with ChatGPT. The first step is to understand what the tool is and what it's good at. The amazing thing about ChatGPT is it's good at a lot. How you make money is you solve someone's problem in an elegant enough way that they're willing to pay you money for it. Like that's business. That's how you make money with ChatGPT. So it could be you want to make t-shirts. Okay, great. ChatGPT makes it really easy to make t-shirts. That's great. You know what's the bad part? It makes it really easy for other people to make t-shirts, right? So the competition for t-shirts just went up, right? Because it's going to be really easy for people that historically weren't good at copywriting. Now they're going to be great at copywriting. So what I would say is, it's why I keep pointing people to these URLs. If you haven't played with these tools, step one is go play with the tools. And what I would say is, take the thing that you're really good at and start digging deeper on the thing that you're really good at. See what they can do, and then start thinking about, have I ever had an idea for a business? Or is there anything where I could, solve someone's problem or entertain them or whatever is within kind of who you are. And then use ChatGPT to help you figure that out. And that's how you make money with ChatGPT. All right. That was sort of a random question in the middle. I'm trying to go back to where I was before because I have some sort of weird OCD thing where I got to answer all the questions. I'm like, must answer all the questions. Oh, I missed one. What am I going to do? And that's how I normally talk, by the way. All right. I'm back to where I was. I got to find the one where the Nadia called me weak. Nadia, you've been here before. I don't think you were calling me weak. I think you were calling something it did weak, definitely. Hi, Jen. He's going to need 1 terabyte of space. That's why we have cloud storage, because between Google Drive and iCloud, like, I don't worry about my hard drive size anymore. Just shit goes up to the cloud, and then I don't ever throw anything away. I'm a digital hoarder, by the way. Anyone else digital hoarders? Gen Xer digital hoarders? It's like, I'll go back to that 40 megabyte hard drive that I filled with shit in 1994. For the Gen Xers out there, here's a SideQuest drive from Urban Desires, my online magazine that I started in 1994. Why do I have that? I don't know, because I might need it someday. Bro, should try the Falcon 70B model. I know, that sounds amazing. The problem, crazy-ass guy, about trying all these open source models is like a new one comes out literally like every other day. There's a new fucking model. It's like I'm exhausted. It's like like at some point when someone does kind of the automatic 1111 install where you can just put it on your local drive. It runs on an M1 Mac, which is what I've got. I can just have a pull-down menu of all the language models, and like it defaults to the latest one or some shit like that, and then it makes it as good as anything. Like at that point, I'll start using it. But right now, like I don't have time. I don't have time to dig into these things. I found it weak confusic projection and prediction in macro Evo or eco economy Evo. I don't know what you're talking about, Nadia. Keep pushing it harder. Like the thing that I found about it is I find that the initial passes that it does on stuff suck. And then if you get better at prompting, they suck less. But like I have yet to have it. I've gotten it to like 90-95%. I've never had it generate anything that I didn't need to edit anything in. And most of the time it's between like 60 and 80%. And then I won't take the 60% and start working with it. I'll keep dicking with the prompts until I get it to like between 80 and 90%. And that's the percentage I'm talking about is just like subjective. Like that writing's good enough that I can go from here. So it does need a lot. And if what you're talking about is kind of deep research or deep analysis, it might not be good at that shit. The thing I'd keep your eye out for, though, is Code Interpreter, which if what you're talking about is doing more analytical stuff on data, Code Interpreter might be the thing. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. That for those of you that don't know, Code Interpreter is a new kind of mode of ChatGPT where you can upload a document to it, like a giant spreadsheet, and it will just read the spreadsheet, and then you can say, what are some interesting trends in here? And it'll generate a whole report, a data analysis of what's there. You can say, what were anomalies in the data? It'll find anomalies in the data. You can tell it to create a chart. It'll write the Python code, generate the chart, and hand it to you. Like, so that's coming. So again, I wish I knew more about what you were talking about, but I don't. Sorry. I did agree. Okay. You should plug your blog. It's great. Do you mean Everyday AI? So I've got a newsletter. It's like a blog. I think that's what you're talking about. But thank you for the kind words. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I babble on incoherently about generative AI. If you've got questions about it, pop them in the question below. Oh, look at the hair. We're going to have a good hair night tonight. Hang on. I'm going to put some coffee in it because this is not going to calm down. All right. I talk about AI and do self-quaffing. That's what this channel is all about. I do self-deprecating humor. I swear a lot, and then I'll show people what to do. So if you're new, These URLs right here, the top one is the official ChatGPT website. The next one down is Bing.com. That's Microsoft search engine. But there's a chat button there. That's GPT-4 for free. And then Poe.com lets you try a bunch of different chat engines and compare them. So those are just 3 places to go play. So while I babble on, if you haven't used ChatGPT, go do it now. Go do it now. You won't regret it. Okay, I should plug my blog, my newsletter. So my newsletter, if you go to the Twitter and you search for Everyday AI, let's see if it comes up with just that. Yeah, it should. So the handle is at Everyday AI News. The Twitter channel, we put out Twitter threads on new stuff that's coming out, and then our website is at Beehive, and the newsletter's at Beehive. So this is Everyday AI. So we're up to issue 20, and each issue has a lovely Mid-Journey generated cover or thumbnail, and then we, each of them, let's see, what was a cool one? AI's Cambrian explosion. This was talking about code interpreter that I just talked about before. So we talk about, big things that are happening, and all of these are links, and then Bing chat and mind reading and all sorts of stuff. This was one that talked about lots of different open source models like MPT-7B, which if you haven't heard about MPT-7B, shame on you. Where have you been? So some of the shit in here is really geeky, but it's good. But anyway, thank you for that. I appreciate you putting that out, or reminding me to plug that. That's a good idea. All right. Has OpenAI scheduled the next big ingestion of tag content to move beyond 2021, actually, September 2021. I think they're working on training GPT-5 right now. They may have slow rolled it, or they might slow roll the release because they haven't really fully rolled out GPT-4 yet. It's supposed to be multimodal, meaning you're supposed to be able to also upload images to GPT-4 and it will understand the images and you can ask questions about it. That's not in there yet. It's supposed to have a 32,000 token window. That's not in there yet. But it is connected to the internet now. So that limitation is effectively gone, right? So if I go to ChatGPT, stop making that stupid fucking joke, probably never. Okay, so if you pay for GPT Plus and you've enabled the beta features, go to your settings and enable the beta features, you now have this option called Browse with Bing. So I can say, is it supposed to rain tomorrow in Denver? That is clearly past September 2021. That's actually in the future. So it says it went out to Bing and it says Denver weather forecast. So you can open this plug-in sort of thing here and it'll tell you what it did. It pulled the hourly forecast. It says, yes, it's supposed to rain tomorrow in Denver, Colorado, according to the hourly forecast, and then it gives you a citation. So the current GPT-4 is not limited. The core base model does still stop at September 2021, but now that you've got it connected to the internets, then it's much less of an issue than it used to be. All right. Oh, I thought you were using a Bing plugin in GPT-4 like you can Wolfram Alpha. Okay. So Jesse, yes, this is very confusing. So OpenAI and Microsoft are doing what's in the marketing world called, cross promotion or co-marketing, and it's good for them as brands, and it's confusing as fuck for us as people. So, all right, Bing.com is Microsoft's search engine, and it looks like in the top left. Then it gives you this thing that is ostensibly ChatGPT, but it's connected to Bing Chat, which this already is. So this is ChatGPT integrated inside Bing's Chat. So it's GPT-4 and it's free. Okay. So that's that. Then within the official ChatGPT website, this is totally confusing. Like even trying to explain it, I'm like, wait, what? How the fuck is this working? Okay, within the ChatGPT website, you've got GPT-4, which is like the default is just normal GPT-4, but then this says browse with Bing. That's basically just GPT-4 connected to the internet. They're using probably Bing search technology to search the internet, but what that effectively is just a Bing plugin is what it looks like. And then you've got plugins, and I'm sure there's a plugin in there that's Bing as well. So it's just really confusing right now. So thank you for pointing that out. So here's the other thing. Back in the mid 90s when I was sort of doing I don't know if it was interesting. I was starting companies using the early World Wide Web technologies when the World Wide Web was first coming out and we were figuring out how to use it. It was very, very similar to what's going on right now. There were 1,000 tools. Everyone claimed their tool did the magic thing. And all these little tools were just these little sort of nuggets of utility. And if you weren't obsessing about it daily, like the technical world would kind of pass you by. So if you were in it, you were kind of like obsessive. If you came at it in it from the outside, it just seemed like this chaotic fucking nightmare, which is exactly what we're in the middle of right now. So if you don't feel like getting OCD about all this stuff, then the reason I put these URLs up on screen is these are just like where I would start if you're trying to get your head around this generative AI stuff is just go to chat.openai.com. Just start using ChatGPT and start figuring out what it can do. All that other stuff right now is noise, because what's going to happen is all of those individual toys are going to start to get integrated into this thing. And ChatGPT at some point will be truly multimodal, where you can just say, I want a song, I want an animation, I want a movie, I want a picture, I want a novel, I want a graphic novel, and out it'll come, right? That's kind of 3 to 5 years. That's where we'll be. But right now, the good news is we as mere mortals get to play with these tools. The bad news is it's a chaotic fucking nightmare. All right. Any AI bone skeleton type animation. If you mean bone skeleton type animation as in like 3D modeling, I assume you don't mean medical bone skeleton. Oh, what the fuck is it called? It just came out. Toby? Oh, Jesus. Shit, I don't remember the name of it. My brain is failing me. Let's see. Text to 3D character. Taffy. Check this out. I think this is what you're asking about. So it says, so there's your dude. It says make him shorter. Now, so they're just inputting text. It's giving him uniforms. What if we made the character a woman? Now it's a woman. Take out the hair, add a buzz cut, do something else, right? There's your buzz cut on the woman. Now they're back to the man. 4 stages of him turning into a monster. So this is a company that's already doing 3D character development that basically is throwing a large language model on top of it. So this gives you fully rigged, fully customized characters by describing them. And it is at... Dun, 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 dun. Where is it? Taffy announces... And this is it's not available yet. So this is a press release. Taffy, T-A-F-I. Why do these press releases never have links? Why? Why, you people? Why you do this to me? You make me so confused. You make me so confused I want to cry. Oh. All right. MakeTaffy.com. MakeTafi.com. And then it says, join beta now. I think I've joined, but now that I'm here, let's go ahead and join. Name, Kyle Shannon. Kyle at Storyvine. All right, my request has been submitted. So now you know as much as I know. And that's what this channel's about. I know like this much more than anyone else on this channel. And probably a lot less than most of the people on this channel. But that's the whole idea. Like right now, my big advice is get curious, get adventurous, just start playing. Because if you think that these tools are not going to affect your work, I think you're wrong. Bro, what? You need to reinstall Big. I don't know what that means. Bing? Oh, wait. Do you install Bing? Huh? Wait, there's no Bing app. Oh, is it on your phone? Bing. Is there a Bing app? Hold, please. Let me see if it's like Bing, ChatGPT, plugins. It's probably the app on my phone then. Plugins. Interesting. Open ChatGPT. That's telling me how to do it there. Will get boosted. Anyway, okay, I'll check it out. So what? Who just said that? Nadia. What Nadia's saying is, so Microsoft has said that Bing is going to support all the plugins that OpenAI has. I can't find it, but she says it's there. Did you get the plugins with the $10 a month version or the $20 a month version? I don't think there is a $10 a month version. If you've gone to the App Store and bought a ChatGPT app that cost you money, you're probably getting ripped off. There are only two official places to use the actual ChatGPT, chat.openai.com, and then the official ChatGPT app. So the one that I'm paying for is the $20 a month. I think there's only one level. If there's a $10 level now, that's something that's new that I don't know about. All right, you used the reversed accent. That's funny. I thought just that when you used the English fake accent. Yeah, I don't. The accents are just, they're a remnant of my acting training and the fact that I'm a smartass and a class clown. So they pop out. Like, whatever seems like the appropriate idiotic thing to do, that's what I do. I don't think about it a lot. This prompt really helped me for a profile I'm working on for my executive leadership course. Awesome. That's cool, Jake. And the fact that I'm curious if your executive leadership course is encouraging you to use ChatGPT or if you're using ChatGPT in spite of the executive leadership course. Hopefully it's the former. It was a hook. Holy effing flip. Is there a Facebook? Yes, it's at facebook.com. I don't know what you mean. Is there a Facebook plugin? Probably is what that meant. Let's go look. I do not know. I can't believe there's 400 plugins now. This is insanity. Crazy. Let's go see if Facebook's done something or if someone's done something with Facebook. My guess is not, because Facebook is probably pretty pissy that OpenAI has gotten all the attention in their little metaverse. Nobody went to their metaverse party and they're cranky. Mark Zuckerberg was like, Apple's goggles they're fine. It just validates that our goggles are cool too, and ours are cheaper and they do the same thing and everything's fine. He sounded just like that. That's my Mark Zuckerberg impression. Let's see. Facebook. Nope. No plugins for Facebook. So there. We're early, people. All right. I'm an interloper. Eric, you are an interloper. You dang traffic cone photographing. Eric Sander, by the way, is an awesome dude and an awesome artist and is bringing his big brain and his big creativity to the world of AI, and I think he's going to do some remarkable shit with it. So you should look up Eric Sanner, Eriksanner, and he's just a nice guy too. The hair is deciding to do things on its own. All right, wait. In your query, give it the link to your public profile. Oh, wait. How do I get How do I get my public profile? So wait. If you're new to the channel, about an hour ago, we were trying to use a LinkedIn hyperlink, and it wouldn't do it. But Eric's telling me I've got to go get my public profile. View full profile. Is this my public profile? Okay, wait. Let's see. Let's go ask ChatGPT. Because that's all I do anymore. I don't use Google at all anymore. Like, why would you go to Google that's going to give you like 40 fucking links, 38 of which are, spam, fake ass SEO optimized and injected websites, when you can just say, what is the difference between a private and public LinkedIn URL? All right, the private URL. Now, I know the difference between private and public, you dumb thing. Okay, I don't want an explanation. I want the syntax of the public URL for LinkedIn. If the syntax for the public one. All right, maybe I just used the private one. All right, so this looks like it. So let's go try this again. All right, so linkedin.com/in/Kyle Shannon. Okay, so we're going to go back to ChatGPT. We're going to go GPT-4, browse with Bing. So the basic idea here, I showed people earlier that you can copy and paste all of the text of your LinkedIn profile and then start having it rewrite it and recommend how to make it better. But what we're going to try now is based on this link. There's my LinkedIn public link. What's Kyle been up to in the last 5 years? Let's see if it... Okay, it says browsing the web. Now, it appears I'm unable to access your profile directly. So I don't know what I'm doing, Eric. I might just be a dum-dum. It's very possible that I'm just a dum-dum. All right, I missed the travel-centric live. Got a TLDR and how to get the most out of it. So now that there's 400 plugins, so when you're in the GPT and you go to plugins, like right now it says there's no plugins enabled right here. So these are the ones I've got installed. So you can activate up to 3 of them. So what I did was I went and I found some plugins that were travel plugins. There was one here called Experiences. There's one called Get Your Guide, Find Tours, Excursions, and Other Travel Activities. And then Kayak was there, but then I used Trip.com. So I activated those 3. And so effectively what I've got now is a ChatGPT that's connected to those travel services. So I can do specific trip planning with them. So that's basically it. And then it's just a matter of prompting and having it give you shit and telling it to put it in table format and all that sort of stuff. So you can just start playing with the prompts to dial in what you do. Macroeconomic, yeah, Nadia. It's possible. I don't know if you were using GPT 3.5 or 4, but we're in a global hegemony. Nadia, you're much smarter than I am, so it's possible that I'm impressed with ChatGPT because it's giving me my level of education. But that said, I'm being a little bit whatever you call it, self-deprecating. It was like self-aggrandizing was the word that came in my head, proving my intelligence. There's probably a way to get it to focus, and you might need to. It might be the kind of thing where you use internet connected GPT-4 and point it toward resources like websites or papers or things like that, where you're actually querying on some deeper knowledge or data. What if there's no solution to the math problem? It will probably tell you that. It's really good. The other thing that you can tell it to do is, instead of just telling it to give you an answer to a math problem, you can tell it to show its work. And it will walk through the steps that it needs to go through to get there. And there's new research coming out that by telling it to give you the steps, it actually gets better from an accuracy standpoint. Because the other thing about these tools is they do what's called hallucinating, where ChatGPT is not actually aware of what it's typing, because what it's doing is it's creating a probability of each word individually, like what should be the next word, to answer this prompt. But it's not aware of the whole of what it created. So it can do things that look right, but are just completely false. That's why it does that. What book do I recommend for a good foundation on AI? No, well, there are probably a lot of books on like machine learning. If you want to learn how to do the machine learning and the training and all that sort of stuff, I would say just go hang out on Reddit, subreddits, GitHub, and Hugging Face, and just go start hanging out with that crowd and watching YouTube videos. If you're talking more about this generative AI stuff, anyone that writes a book on this shit right now is full of shit. No one knows about this. There's no experts right now. I'm not an expert. I'm just a dude just barely ahead of where anyone else here is with the generative AI stuff, because it's all very new. Use cases for the furniture business. Well, so one is, and this is, I think we're entering. Oh, that's the 1901 race car that I made earlier on. Oh, that's really funny. I said a 1901 race car at the Indianapolis 500, and it made like it's like, that's like the front. Wait, sorry. Like, this is like the front of a race car, but this is like some weird suspension bridge, and it's like in front of these Greek ruins. And he's got a helmet on with like a sun hat. Oh, I don't like my result. I'm gonna do some training here. There, we just did some training for Gen 2. What was I saying? Oh, the furniture business. Okay, so let's pop over to a Midjourney channel, and let's go to Midjourney, and let's do. Oh, wait, I'm gonna do a cool thing. Okay. So one of the things that I show you here is Poe.com, and one of the cool things about Poe.com is that you can make bots. So I made a Shakespeare bot that when you ask it stuff, it responds in iambic pentameter, which is useful to no one, but it's kind of cool. I made a Yoda bot, which is useful to everyone because Yoda's the best. But someone made this Midjourney bot. So if you just go to you go to Poe.com/Midjourney, it creates a thing that will rewrite your shitty prompt for Midjourney into a really specific one. So I want to do mid-century modern chair in a Star Wars theme. Photo of an award-winning design prototype. So I type that in, and then it rewrites it for me. Color photo of an award-winning design prototype for a mid-century modern chair with a Star Wars theme. The chair is sleek and minimalist, clean lines, The Star Wars theme is subtly integrated into the design. So this bot like takes your shitty prompt and like kicks it up a notch, which is super cool. So now we're going to go over to Discord. This is Discord, and I'm in the AI Salon Discord in the Midjourney Play channel. And the way you make these Midjourney things is you type in /imagine, and then there's an area for the prompt. And so I'm literally just going to paste in the prompt that bot wrote and hit return. And if you're thinking to yourself, Kyle, this seems like a really complicated nightmare and hell of an interface to make an image. You're right. So by the way, everyone, hi, my name is Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I talk about all things AI here. I am more than 100 messages behind. I try to answer all the questions, but I fall really far behind. So if it seems like I'm not paying attention to you, that's because I just haven't gotten to you yet. So someone just asked a question about what's the use case in the furniture business. So while this thing renders, and it's cool as we're watching this thing render, right? It's you kind of get to watch the machine sort of denoising this very nondescript image, and it gets increasingly more detailed. That's the way the stuff works. Pretty cool. You could use it to do things like marketing planning, coming up with social media content, writing scripts for TikTok. But one of the things that I think is particularly exciting, these are now at 93%. They'll get one level more detailed, and then I'll sort of zoom in on them. So one thing that I think is going to be a whole category of innovation is designers concepting in Midjourney. Like, look at that. Like, that's a mid-century modern chair that's Star Wars, inspired. I mean, that's fucking cool. Like, go make that. Like, someone would buy that, And whether or not you get the Star Wars license or not, you don't need to. But like this was one stupid idea, and this was actually inspired by on the Midjourney channel in Facebook, the official Midjourney channel. There's this guy that did Star Wars themed KitchenAid mixers, and they're just so fucking cool. Like, look at that thing. I mean, that's just bitchin', right? A designer would look at that and go, oh, that gives me these 6 ideas, right? Like, so you don't even have to do the execution work in Midjourney. You can just use it for concepting. So I would say ChatGPT can help with, all of the writing of the business. ChatGPT could also help write the descriptions of new pieces or furniture lines or things like that. All right, if you want ChatGPT to have memory, you need to pay for premium. Yeah, exactly. They don't have that yet, but they will. How much is ChatGPT? It is $20 a month. It's okay. That is a complicated question because the world is complicated right now. So, ChatGPT, the official ChatGPT site, their 3.5 version is free, and it's actually really good and really fast. So there's no shame in using 3.5. If you want to use 4 and you want plugins at the official ChatGPT site, that's $20 a month. If you go one URL down, Bing.com is GPT-4, but it's within Microsoft's search engine. In my opinion, it's a little lobotomized due to some issues, some PR issues they had. Jesus, sorry, the Italian food is, I'm like hiccuping and burping and convulsing. This is, if I just topple over, call the authorities. But Bing.com is sort of a free version of it. And then Poe.com's got some free things in there, and they've got some you pay for it. All right. Will you forever be... you will forever be Alec Baldwin to me. So the inside joke there is someone... My trolls are somewhere between trolls and compliments. So they said, I was scrolling TikTok and thought I saw Alec Baldwin, but he got really fat. Oh, this is fascinating. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. I missed the Travel Centric Live. We talked about that. It's a rabbit hole for sure. These things are rabbit holes. My ADHD partner uses ChatGPT daily, and it helps him so much. Yeah, if you've got ADHD, generative AI is your bitch, man. It's like I find it very hard to get overwhelmed with like I can take very small pieces of data and synthesize them really quickly. So I can normally get my head around like a technology or a concept really quick. This AI shit, like I can like it's been 6 months of just me like being completely overwhelmed like with the possibilities of just the implications of this shit. It's insane. Squirrel, yes. Need some tism, just a touch of the tism. Someone's been here for a while. We've got some return visitors. I have a son who has a touch of the tism. I probably have a touch of the tism. We're neurospices, as they like to say on TikTok. But fuck it. You know what? Being neurotypical would be boring, wouldn't it? All right. When you advise flowery content, you presume that people don't know ChatGPT. When I advise flowery content. Yeah, well, I kind of have to assume people don't know ChatGPT just because, like right now, we were down at like 70, now we're back up to 90, so 20 new people showed up. I don't, they might have just stopped because I looked like Rosie O'Donnell, and they're like, oh, let me see what Rosie's up to. Why is she talking about AI? What happened to her voice? Um, so I kind of need to assume that people don't know what they're doing. I might start doing some sort of like a workshop or something like that, where we actually dig in and we can sort of, gauge the level of people. So I don't disagree with you. I appreciate the feedback. All right. So I disagree with you. It is an insult to our intelligence. Well, you don't have to stay. Like if I'm talking down to you, you can go. You don't need to stay. Here's the deal. Like I don't know who's in the room. I don't know who's got what level of experience. So I just can't assume that, everyone's been watching my live. So anyway, I would go if you don't like what I'm doing. I'm just a humble country doctor. Please, people, don't attack me. I'm weak. I'm frail. Not really. I don't really give two shits. But I am trying to provide value, so. And now TikTok has scrolled me all the way to the bottom. I'm trying to scroll back up. Have I experimented with small? I have not. What's your Discord tag? Kyle Shannon. I just changed. So my Discord tag used to be Kyle Shannon 3808, and they just changed the names in Discord. And I grabbed Kyle Shannon. So I am now officially Kyle Shannon on Discord. Which, when they got into blockchain and NFTs, everyone's like, don't dox yourself, man. You shouldn't use your real name. I'm like, well, I've used my real name for like 30 years on the internet and social media, so I guess I'm screwed at this point, but whatever. I'm not called like, wait, what's that one? What's the dude that's in here? Crazy ass guy. Like I don't have a cool name like crazy ass guy. This prompt really helped me for a profile. Oh, so now I'm behind. Hang on, I'll get caught up, I promise. Okay, use cases for the furniture business, memory. I'm getting back to where we were. ADHD partner. Nadia yelling at me for being condescending and treating people like they're stupid. I just saw the Discord tag. You don't need to yell. There's 100 people here. Hello, if you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I talk about AI stuff here. Pop your comments in the, what is this called? The discussion. And I will do my best to answer them. And if you haven't played with ChatGPT, go play with it. Those are some URLs right there. The top one's the official ChatGPT site. Have I experimented with small? I don't know what small is. Let's go learn that together. Here's these cool Star Wars inspired chairs. I love that one. This one in the upper right is so good. Oh, that's the other thing you can do on Discord. Let me go back to Discord for a second. I have an ADD moment here. So once you generate things in Midjourney, you see these, there's U 1, 2, 3, and 4 and V 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the images are numbered like 1, 2, 3, 4, like, across and then down. And the V's are variations. So what I can do is I can hit V2 and it'll give me 4 variations of this one in the upper right hand corner. So we'll let it do that. And then you can take, oh, those are cool. Let's let those build. And then I can take the one I like best out of these and upscale it. And then I can go over to Photoshop's generative fill and put it in some crazy room. That's 55%. They're getting there. This is a chair I would have in my house. That's really cool. 83%. We're watching water boil. We're watching water boil. It will never boil. Okay, it boiled. All right. Which one of those is best? They're all kind of the same. Not really a lot of variation there. I think the upper right one's the best. So now what I'll do is I'll hit U2. So that means upscale 2, upscale image 2. And now this should go pretty quick. It'll generate. A higher res version of that. So that is cool. Tap the screen if you'd buy that. Isn't that bitchin'? All right, what was I doing? Have I experimented with small? I was going to go figure out what small is. SMOL AI. Build entire code bases with a single prompt. Oh, okay. So this is a text to code thing. No, I haven't played with it. That looks really interesting though. All right. Sometimes I wonder if my brain could work better with a little ADHD. I mean, ADHD is a blast. It's just that our prefrontal cortex is essentially non-existent. So, like, it seems like we're going to get shit done, and we're really capable about getting stuff started, but, then shit goes south. That's why when I started my business, my current business, Storyvine, I chose a co-founder that is really good at that shit. So figure out what your weaknesses are, and rather than trying to, fix the shit that's not fixable, backfill with people that are better at that shit than you are. What resources to learn more? Well, prompts.chat, I put that there. That'll help you with the prompting. I don't know that there's any really good resources right now. Rachel Wood's TikTok channel called the AI Exchange is good. She's got a newsletter and she's got a lot of resources out there. I'd say, start following people on TikTok that are putting stuff out. Like if you're an artist, start following artists. If you are into coding, start following coders. Right. So there's not really good resources right now. Here's the problem. Everything is changing so fast. There's a couple of things I would guard against. Anyone saying you're gonna make money on ChatGPT, ignore them. And anyone that claims to be an expert, like this channel is about, me acting like an expert, but not an expert. Like I'm figuring this shit out and trying to share what I'm learning along the way because it's changing so fast. Like things that were remarkable 3 months ago are like either gone or have been completely absorbed into some other product. It's just like that's how it's going right now. No one knows what they're doing and no one knows what the actual impact on work is going to be. Because right now, if you think about ChatGPT, it lives kind of at these external URLs. It's external from our work life. But Microsoft and Google are both incorporating these GPT models completely within their Office suites. So it's going to be in Microsoft Word. It's going to be in Excel. It's going to be in PowerPoint. It's going to be in everything. It's going to be in Windows 11 at an operating system level. What does that mean for work? I don't fucking know. No one knows, right? The implications of all this stuff are like unfolding in real time. So I think the best resource is find people that you resonate with and just start following them, and then get curious. Like, just keep digging in, keep doing projects where you use these tools. Use the tools. Don't feel like you got to read about the tools. Just start using them. Start becoming the expert, because that will serve you well in the employment game. Because what's going to happen at some point here is the C-suite, bosses at some point are going to panic and go, "We need fucking someone who knows something about AI. Does anybody know anything about AI? I don't know. Sally used ChatGPT once. Make Sally the VP of AI." Like, that's going to happen. That's going to happen in the next 6 months to a year. So why don't you be Sally? Sally's awesome. And she knows ChatGPT. All right. Maybe try a better camera angle. I know, it's my neck, and you're seeing up my nose, and I didn't trim my nose hairs, and I'm old, and Jesus Christ. So here's the problem with the higher camera angle. I'd have to put my computer significantly above where I'm sitting. So I could do that. Wait, maybe here. There you go. That's a little better. I don't know. You know what? I don't really give a shit. That's not comfortable. Sorry, you see up my nose. Like I said, my trolls are... it seems like he meant well. What's your Discord tag? Kyle Shannon. Stop yelling. How do I use DaVinci AI and Midjourney to make KDP products? I don't know what KDP is. People assume I know what the fuck I'm doing. KDP. God. All right, hang on. Let me go back to ChatGPT and ask it what the fuck KDP products are. What are KDP products? Kindle Direct Publishing. Oh, ebooks. Well, so I think a thing, so I'm assuming you've already got the written part figured out. So if you're asking about DaVinci AI and Midjourney, you've probably got the written part figured out. So let's see. Start getting good at Midjourney. Use the po.com/Midjourney bot that I told you about. So like, let's say we're gonna a new chat in the Midjourney bot, and I'm gonna say children's book illustration of a... I don't know what it's of yet. Okay, what? Okay, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so we're gonna go to ChatGPT. We're gonna do this right within Claude. So this is ChatGPT within Claude, and so I'm gonna say, give me the characters of a children's book about animals, about let's see, a children's book that is a retelling of Star Wars, but with characters as animals on the Galapagos Islands in the time of Darwin, where Darwin shows up on his ship. Please name and describe the characters. Okay. All right, let's see what it came up with. No, that didn't do it good at all. Princess Leia, Chewbacca, didn't rename them. All right, I'm going to real ChatGPT. God damn it! Every time I use something that's not ChatGPT, I get disappointed. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Da, 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 da. Here we come to save the day. Let's see. Let me go back to Poe, and so I don't have to type that again. Did I lose my Poe? Where did it go? Oh, what did I do? Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Copy. Let's see what real ChatGPT does with this. Because I've done this prompt before, and it came up with brilliant shit, and that just didn't even understand the prompt. Sure, it sounds like a delightful premise for a children's book. Here are characters from Star Wars Galapagos Edition. Luke Skyhopper. Now we're getting there. A young and adventurous Galapagos tortoise. Wait, he's Skyhopper and he's a tortoise? That doesn't make any sense. All right, we should fix that. Princess L'Albatross, a graceful waved albatross. Okay, so now I've got a description of I've got sort of a description of that thing. So now I'm going to go back to that Poe Midjourney bot, and I'm going to put in a children's book illustration of, and then I'm just going to paste in that description, a graceful, this is for a Star Wars themed book of animals. Let's see what it comes up with. Well, it came up with something. I don't even care what it came up with. It just like rewrote the prompt. So I'm literally just going to copy and paste this. And I'm going to go over to Midjourney. And we're going to do /imagine. /imagine. And it's going to do its thing. So just start experimenting and start learning about prompt crafting. A resource that I'll send you to that is super valuable is called the openart.ai. If you go to openart.ai/prompt book, this is for Stable Diffusion, but it's good for Midjourney as well, because it's what this is a 96-page presentation that describes all of the nuances of what these image generation models, like there's an example of how to write a prompt, what the components of a prompt are, but then here are modifiers, like it understands things like photography terms, like there's a whole bunch of photography terms it understands, and then things like tilt shift and product shot and long exposure and color splash, right? Like with the red phone booth in a black and white photo. So this resource, like so you need to get your head around how capable these tools are. Let's go back to Discord and see if it did anything. Well, it didn't really do them as because it said photographers. So it gave me examples of like cinematographers and photographers and things like that. So it made it photorealistic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out those artists and I'm going to replace it with something. So I'm going to go /imagine. I'm going to paste it all in. I'm going to pull out all of these photographers and fashion designers and film directors, and I'm going to go, let's just do, I'll be lazy, Pixar style of illustration, and then we'll see what that does. So that should give us something that's less, like it didn't even take in any of the the Star Wars stuff. So yeah, that was crappy. But anyway, just start learning the tools. Start learning how to modify the tools. Thank you, Master of my fortune, for the kind words. Will these ever become paywalled? No, I don't think so, because it's in Microsoft's interest to so here's something I learned. For every 1% market share that Microsoft pulls away from Google, it's $2 billion in revenue to their bottom line, just for the search. And also, the CEO of Microsoft is taking great pleasure in fucking with Google right now. He said he's willing to lose money to screw with them, which I think is just a baller move. The other thing about Microsoft is that they are rolling these tools across all of their products. Did it? Oh no, that didn't work. That was a crappy prompt. I didn't take enough time to look at that prompt, so that was an absolute fail. But basically, let's do this. Slash imagine children's watercolor illustration of a albatross dressed as Princess Leia. I don't know how to spell that. On the rocks by the ocean. -AR16:9. We'll make this a 16:9 thing, and we'll go style. I think it's style. Is it right? --style. 750. And let's just see what that does. So back to will it be paywalled? So it's in Microsoft's interest not to have these things cost money. So they're rolling it into all of Office 365. They're rolling it into everything. They'll make money on selling subscriptions to that, so they can use it as a loss leader to get people to use their shit. Google's going to make this for free, just like they make everything for free. Because why is it free? Because you're the product, right? They're selling your data. So what better way to gather data than have people generating and creating images and documents and things like that. So it dramatically increases their data capabilities. And then you've got all these open source models that are out there, that those are always going to be some version of free, right? There might be products built out of them, but I think these are always going to be there. Oh, hang on. I messed up with I made a syntax error with I can't do style 750 with version 5.1, which I'm using, so whatever. All right. Now it's going. So I think it will be free for a while. I want to start a cat walking business. I'll use ChatGPT. That's dad comedy. Except that's from a woman, Big Bitch 420. She's stoned. So it's dad humor with a stoned. I'm guessing mom. That's pretty funny. All right. Why are you qualified to teach about AI? I'm not. So what I'm qualified to talk about is how we'll use AI in business. I was an innovator in the early days of the web. I didn't invent any of the web shit, but I started one of the first digital agencies when I discovered what the web could do. And I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, and I've been kind of at the forefront of, taking technology and figuring out ways to use that in business. So what my qualification is in being just a little bit ahead of, knowing what tools are out there. I started a newsletter. I started an AI salon to surround myself with people that do this. And what I'm really interested in is, how do we use these tools, not how do we make these tools. So if you want someone who's expert in how to make the tools and fine tune the tools and do all the data shit, that's not me. If you want to talk to someone that's been through this rodeo about a dozen times, and passionately believes that these tools are the most powerful things we've had in our hands in the history of humanity, then that's why you talk to me. But I'm not really qualified to talk about AI, just how you use it. I'm a proud digital holder. I have a box of SideQuest. Yeah, I know. See, the digital hoarding is I have no shame in it, but I do keep convincing myself that, like, if I wanted to get the stuff off my SideQuest drive, like, I would need to go on Amazon and buy like a SCSI to something to USB-C adapters. You'd probably have to buy like 17 different adapters, plus the old SideQuest drive. You'd have to find one that worked. Plus, who knows if the data is even on that thing anymore. I need a vacation or a purpose. Nadia, why are you attacking me so much? I'm just a simple man. I'm just a simple man sitting in a chair. ChatGPT will have the same problem any statistical model has: inconsistent results. So many models. Okay. You put it on a Cloudflare worker. What does your schedule look like? Where are you finding time to find all the stuff you are now? Because I'm obsessing about this stuff 24 hours a day. I like one of my pet peeves in life is when people say they don't have time for something. Like, you don't have time for something if you don't prioritize it. And so I'm prioritizing it. So instead of watching TV, instead of doing anything on the weekend, I'm learning about shit. I'm working on the newsletter. I'm doing these. I'm making videos. I'm re-architecting my business to be AI centric. I'm figuring out ways to sell the bit. Like, it's all I'm thinking about. This in my business, and an occasional iced coffee. Anyway, there's some Princess Leia Galapagos pictures. They're still kind of shitty, but hello. I just accidentally quit the app. Can you tap the screen if you can still hear me? Because I just accidentally quit the app. When do you usually go live? Too much, apparently. According to Nadia, this says I need a vacation. All right. It looks like we've got some new folks here from before. So if you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I am doing what I can to help people figure this stuff out. If you got questions about AI, pop them down below. Try to keep the trolling to a minimum. I know I look like Rosie O'Donnell, but I can't help it. If you haven't used ChatGPT before, that top URL, that's the official ChatGPT website. The one below it, bing.com, is Microsoft's version of ChatGPT. Click on the chat button. That's GPT-4 connected to the internet for free. And then Poe.com has a bunch of different things you can play with. And then these two things below, prompts.chat will teach you how to prompt if you've never done it before. But you can also just go play. Go tell it to describe your significant other or a pet and tell it to write a country song about that person. And just sit back and watch what it does. And then go like, it can do that? Yeah. And then tell it to write you some computer code. And then you be like, it can do that? Yeah. And then have it write you a table comparing two concepts. And then you go, it can do that? And then at that point, you'll be hooked, and it'll be like crack, and you'll be like me, kind of sweaty on a TikTok live when you're 58 years old. All right. On a personal level, AI can change a person's entire life for the better. It can. Like, I look at ChatGPT and these tools as like humanity amplifiers. Like, you can take what you want to do. You can take a whisper of an idea that historically would have taken you a week to get into any sort of format that you could even fucking talk about it. And it can go from that whisper of an idea to a fully articulated, like, story outline or first draft of a paper or first draft of a poem or whatever the fuck it is in like 5-10 minutes tops. And then all of that time that you would have taken blocking out the first draft, you can now do to execute at an even higher level. So I think it absolutely does become a tool to amplify our humanity. Originality is gone with AI. I 1,000% disagree. Here's the thing. This is not the robots doing the work. Microsoft has named their AI tools Copilot, which feels like the right name to me. Humans are the pilot. The tools are tools that humans are using. So the human is the one with the intent, right? So it's you putting in the prompts that get the image to do the thing you want it to do, or the ChatGPT to do the words you want it to do. You're then the one looking at that and going, is this a piece of shit or not? If it's a piece of shit, keep going. If it's not, then refine it, make it better, right? So the originality comes from the human and their creative use of the tool. If you see true creatives who've really adopted AI tools, they're operating at a totally fucking different level. And it's more creative than anything I've ever seen. And I'm living at a higher level of creative execution that I've probably ever been in my life, and I'm more creatively inspired than I've been in decades. So, sorry, 100% disagree on that one. That sounds like you haven't used these tools a lot. I would encourage you, go there and start playing if you haven't. All right, does anyone feel like he's not reading our comments? Yes, everyone says that on every one of my lives, because I tend to stay live for like 2 hours because, as Nadia pointed out, I need a vacation and a life. I try to read all the comments. So as I'm reading comments, you're all commenting down here, and I'm way up there. Like, it says 99 plus new messages, so I'm probably 300 messages behind. So, yes, I'm reading your comments, Jacotron. Why is AI starting to make up lies, false data? It's not starting to make up lies and false data. It doesn't know what it's typing. So when it types something that's false, it actually doesn't know it. It's the nature of how it works. The large language models are a probability engine. So when you type in your prompt, it's turning that into a mathematical formula that then sort of points it to this giant mass called the latent space, where there's all these sort of semantic canyons where words live. And within this giant mathematical space, it's saying, based on this prompt, what is the next word I should respond with? And it types that in. And then based on all of that plus that word, it said, what's the next word I should respond to? And it types that in. So it's literally typing word by word your responses, but it's not aware of the totality of what it wrote. So if you prompt it, if you prompt it at too high a level, it sort of pulls from all the data and it will just amalgamate all the shit that it knows and it will just make shit up. If you get better at prompting and get it to sort of dig deeper into these semantic canyons, then you can get it to hallucinate less, but it still will hallucinate. There's a pretty famous, this past week, a lawyer submitted a legal brief to a judge written by ChatGPT, and he didn't check the citations, and they were all made up and wrong. That's not ChatGPT's fault. That's his fault for not proofreading the stuff. He's a lawyer. AI makes stuff up. It does. I have a problem with consensus creation. I don't know what consensus creation is. I don't think ChatGPT is consensus creation, but it may be. What is your Discord tag? I've told you many times. Hello again. Been doing some research in cheap GPUs for training. What would you recommend? I don't know. I'm a Mac guy, so I'm kind of shit out of luck. I think the new M2 chips are going to have enough GPU horsepower to do some interesting stuff. But, you know, like a NVIDIA 3090 or higher, right? And they're probably impossible to get. Why? Because everyone's training their shit on NVIDIA GPUs. U.S. lawyer, sorry after ChatGPT creates bogus cases. He should be sorry. He didn't fucking check his work. Like, of all the professions to let that fucking mistake happen, a lawyer should be the last in line. When are your lives? Are they scheduled? No, I have ADD. I'll do I'll do 2 a day for the next week or two, and then, I don't know, I'll disappear for a while if I get bored. It's just the nature of, I don't know. I try to do them once a day, generally in the evenings. But weekends, who knows? It depends on how big the honeydew list is. Please don't bring religion in here, thank you. When will Alexa incorporate AI? Well, Alexa's already incorporated AI. I assume you're asking, when will it incorporate AI that doesn't suck? I don't know. It would be... So Amazon has announced that they've got their own large language models, and they're going to support all these other large language models. And throughout AWS, you're going to be able to use all these tools, but they haven't released anything yet. So who knows? I don't know. Like the challenge with all of these companies that are not OpenAI and Microsoft is that no one, including Microsoft or OpenAI, expected ChatGPT to be the mega hit that it is. And so like it got to 100 million users in 6 weeks. It's the fastest adoption of technology in history. Because of that, all of the companies from Meta to Google to Amazon to just everyone is going, we've got AI too. We've been doing AI. We've got models. They're all panicking, but they're way behind because OpenAI did it really well. And Microsoft was smart enough to recognize it and said, fuck it, we'll put in $10 billion and roll it into every product that we've got and make this our big bet for the next 20 years. So Alexa will incorporate it when they probably get it to the point that it doesn't suck. And it's decently tested. It creates lies, period, even apologizes for them. Yes, it does. So there's something in the nature of how you're saying that. So what he's saying here is ChatGPT lies, period, it even apologizes for them. Yes, it lies. It confidently lies. I call it mansplaining as a service. It confidently lies because it doesn't actually know what it's typing. It's not conscious of what it wrote. I would caution you not to stand on a soapbox and say, that thing's not perfect, and dismiss it. Because people are working on all sorts of systems that are going to fix the hallucination piece. ChatGPT launched in November of 2022. This is 6-month-old technology, the stuff that we're playing with right now. It's very, very new and very, very raw. It's also the most powerful tool that we've ever had our hands on, right? So don't collapse the fact that it isn't perfect right now for how fucking remarkable it is, because the impact that this is going to have on our lives and our businesses is going to be quite profound. And I don't think people are prepared for how fast it's coming. And statements like that are frustrating because it's coming. Don't ignore it because it's not perfect. What is ChatGPT Plus? Why is it better? Okay, so ChatGPT Plus is basically you get access to, well, you get a little yellow dollars, but what it gives you is it gives you access to GPT-4, and then if you enable the beta features, it gives you GPT-4 connected to the internet via Bing, and it also gives you access to plugins, which I just went and looked. 3 days ago, there were 250 plugins. Today, there's 400. So there's 400 plugins that amplify GPT-4 even more. So that's what it gives you. It also is going to give you access to new tools as OpenAI rolls them out. That's about it. Serious question. How is ChatGPT AI? It's not really. It's machine learning. It just finds patterns and repeats them. That's correct. So listen, here, again, it's kind of irrelevant what you call it. Like, we're not going to... AI is easier to say than machine learning. And machine learning sounds like, oh, the machines are going to learn. I got to learn machines. I'm not going to do that. But AI is easy to, like, just from a marketing standpoint, AI is easier. So they're going to call it AI. Is it technically AI? No, it's not technically AI. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. My little doggy just came in. Champ. Hey, Champ. You going to bark for everybody? And yes, it is just a prediction engine. But It is a prediction engine that is fucking insanely, remarkably powerful. So from a technical perspective, you're right. But again, and this gets back to the question of, whoever asked the question about, what do you know about AI? What's your expertise? What makes you qualified? I'm just like an entrepreneur, like business guy, trying to figure out where the power of these tools is, where it's not, and how it might be used in my life and in my business. And this shit is remarkable. It's remarkable. When you watch it do what it does, and you're trying to solve a problem, and it does in 30 seconds what would have taken you 3 days, it's just, we've never had tools like this in our hands. So that's like, I would find a way to separate the technical distinctions that you're trying to make from the fact that this stuff is happening and it's happening fast. Those are two distinct things. We can come up with definitions of what it is and things like that for more accuracy, but in the end, it's kind of irrelevant because these tools are making a difference. Less like Alec Baldwin, more like Jack Nicholson. I'll take either one. That's cool. Who is your money on? Who wins the personal assistant race that Bill Gates talked about? Apple. I think Apple wins the autonomous agent race for a lot of reasons. They've got privacy and authenticity and accuracy are going to become really important after the 2024 election. I think we're about to see a level of disinformation and misinformation that's going to make 2016 and 2020 seem quaint. And so I think there's going to be a hypersensitivity to privacy and authenticity and accuracy. And I think Apple's the best position for that. Their machine learning chips, like they can do a lot of their machine learning stuff locally on devices without having it to send it out, which from a privacy and security standpoint is better. They're really good with interface and the human factors piece of this. They're good at mixing, humanity and technology. I'd be really surprised if they weren't, kind of the preeminent player in the autonomous agent game, but we'll see. I don't know. That's again something. Anything for front end dev, UX. Yeah. Have you check this out. So I'll go do one of these on, I forget how to do it. Let me go find hold please. Let me go find a prompt. So here's I'm just going to go to like, a Google search or Bing search in this case. And I'm going to go, prompt for mid journey UX. 40 plus prompts to create outstanding UX design. All right, perfect. Let's go grab those. Oh, this might be better than me showing it live. So UX designers are using Midjourney to do all sorts of crazy UX. Like there's a site, there's like an iPad kind of app. What's that? There's a wine, like an e-commerce store. There's a motorcycle store. So what site is this? This is bootcamp / what is this? Sorry. Oh, it's a Medium article. 40 plus Midjourney prompts to create outstanding UX design. So I just searched for, what did I search for? Prompt for Midjourney UX. Just go search for that. It like astounding, really innovative designs. Now they're not. They're just images right now, so you'd have to split them out and kind of recreate them. So what UX designers is they're using Midjourney for UX concepting, and then they're popping it into their Figmas and their other design tools to break it apart. There are probably, the reason I put Futurepedia up here, there are probably UX tools now that are actually text to Figma designs that I'm really confident that exists. That And that ability to do text, go make me an app that does this and looks like this, that's coming. So there's probably a bunch of tools at futurepedia.io that can do that. But I would dig in and figure that shit out, because that's going to be powerful. I think we're going to just see an absolute renaissance of really interesting design, from physical world stuff to web design, everything in between. I think I got mixed up with Midjourney. Oh, okay. Midjourney has a $10, a $20, and a $60 subscription. I pay the $10 one. I don't know I think the $20 one just gives you more hours. So if you find yourself like running out of credits, then I think that's why you'd go 20. And the reason to go 60 is you can do private prompting. So if you're doing stuff where you don't want anyone to see you're doing kind of proprietary shit, you don't want anyone to see or be able to discover, I think that's the $60 one. I'm not sure. I just paid the $10 one. I'm not doing enough on it to really push the boundaries of anything. Love your content. Greetings from Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you very much. Do you have a purpose? Jesus, Nadia. Yeah. I'm trying to demystify generative AI for people who are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in the world. That's my purpose right now. I also have a purpose to democratize video storytelling. I also have a purpose to try to do cool shit in my life and do stuff that I'm passionate about and create community. And I don't know. Yeah, what? Does it seem like I don't have a purpose? Obviously. All right, what will AI look like in 10 years? I have no fucking clue. What I do know is this. I don't know what AI will look like, but I have a sense of what will be one of the big changes that's precipitated is that I think that AI is going to make all of the shit that's really complicated in our world easy. So if you think about if you buy a car or you buy a house or you try to get your health insurance company to pay their fucking bills, those forms that they have you fill out that are like 27 pages of, probing up your ass and figuring all that stuff out, they're purposefully complicated. There are whole industries built around these ever-increasing complicated systems. Insurance companies in particular make it as complicated as possible so that you can't figure it out. Because if you can't figure it out, or you get frustrated, or you have ADD and you don't feel like sitting there for 4 fucking hours filling out forms, then you won't submit a claim and they make more money. AI solves that shit. It solves it, right? Is it solved right now? No. But you can take incredibly complicated documents and just go, tell me what this is about. Wait, there it is. So the same thing's going to be, take this incredibly complicated insurance policy, read it for me, take this rejection letter and this set of lab work that was done, and go get me my money. And off it will go. So I don't even know what the implications of that are. But all of the industries that are built around the complexity of today's world are going to be completely disrupted. I don't know what they're going to be replaced by. But I think that nagging part of our world that is soul-crushing, I think it goes away, largely. To be fair, VR is dope. VR is dope. Listen, don't get me wrong. Well, no. VR, I have yet to see VR that isn't like what, not 6 Degrees. What was the VR thing in like the early 2000s? Well, whatever that was. It wasn't 6 Degrees. I always mix it up with that. I don't know what it was. But anyway, like they all look like that. They, like people walking around in VR as it currently is like awkward people walking around at a junior high dance, not knowing what to do, or can't look at each other. The shit that Apple showed is actually different. Like they're using, sort of typical shit we do in our day as the on-ramp to VR, which I think is a smart choice, because if you look at the VR worlds, they just look like really bad video games from the late 90s. They do. Speculate on what a feature or two of ChatGPT 10 would be. I think that, I don't think fucking GPT 10, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out what GPT 5 will be. I think it will be, I read a Twitter post or a blog or something like that where the guy was talking about the concept of the everything app, where you'll just have a single app and it will do everything. So if you want to take a photograph in your digital camera and then you want to edit it, you just open the everything app and go, edit that photo to look like my street photography. That'll be done. Then you like turn that into, 16 social media posts to go out on my preferred social channels. Out it'll go. Create a slideshow with the latest 20 videos. Done. Turn it into an animated movie. Done. Like, write me a soundtrack that, sounds like what the last 10 photos look like. Done. Oh, by the way, pay all my bills. Oh, by the way, rebook my trip to Cancun to Madrid because I got a bonus. Like, I think we move into this place where we'll all have this personal digital assistant that just fucking does it. Like, your job as a human will be to figure out what you want to do, and you tell the thing and it will go do it. And so what is that? So, like, what does our role become then? I don't know. Like, I think our role could become reconnecting with one another, like self-expressing at a higher level, contributing to society at a higher level, because we all have these really incredible tools supporting us. So then it just becomes about pure human expression. I don't know. Tell me a bedtime story about near future AI tech. I just did. I really do. Like I know it's tempting and very easy to go to the robots will kill us future. There's a plausible other future that the robots will free us. They'll do the shitty work. Imagine a world where the shitty work just gets done. Right? And if you look at the humanoid robots that Musk and Boston Dynamics, and there's like 2 or 3 other companies, and I think OpenAI didn't they just announce they've got one? Someone else did. These humanoid robots are going to do the shitty physical work. Like, so we're going to have humanoid robots doing the shitty physical work. We're going to have these GPT tools, or whatever they become in the future, doing the shitty technical and knowledge work. And then we're going to be free to do what's left, which is what? I don't know. Be human. Take a walk. Start a concert. Make some art. I don't know. I'm looking forward to Moriarty's first victim on the holodeck. That's good. How do you get ChatGPT on a PC? You go to that URL. Just open your web browser and go to chat.openai.com. Just go there. That's why it's here. I don't get paid from them. That's just there as kind of a public service announcement. And just go play with that other shit. Oh boy, I don't know what I said. Fully obsessed with AI now. Thanks a lot, Kyle. Yeah, sorry about that, Ian. What are you going to do? Anything with front-end dev UX, I think I just showed that. Dividing by 0. I heard Google has a generative AI course available now. Yes, and OpenAI just launched one on prompting. Yeah, go learn that shit. Anything, like, whatever's your preferred way of learning. Like, mine is, like, build shit, get hands-on. If you learn better through courses and stuff like that, take it from the horse's mouth. Like, Google invented this shit. Google's will likely be more technical. OpenAI's is about getting better at prompt writing, and they're writing it. So OpenAI understands technically how these things work, and so they've got some best practices for how to write prompts. So, yeah, I would go do that stuff. Absolutely. Anything you can do right now to get smarter about what these tools are, what they're good at, what they're not good at, what they make capable, and where they're going is going to serve you incredibly well. I like Midjourney the most for images, but FFS... Oh, for fuck's sake, the interface is trash. Yes, Karen, I absolutely agree with you. The fact that you have to make images in fucking Discord is just a disaster. Like, this interface is a disaster. The fact that I have to command line, like, we're creating art images, right? And the fact that I have to go /imagine, and then I have to wait for that prompt to load, and then I have to load it, and then I have to do this thing, and then I have to know codes like --AR stands for aspect ratio, 16:9, and I have to type that shit in. It's like, really? There's a tool out there called Leonardo.ai that sits on top of Stable Diffusion, not Midjourney, unfortunately. But it it's at least the beginning of an interface where you can click on stuff. The other interface that's really good right now is Adobe Firefly. So Adobe's doing a couple of things very right. They have trained their model not on copywritten images. So and they just launched this for enterprise. So they're making this safe for corporations to use it. But if we go text to image on Adobe Firefly, it's not as good as Midjourney, but there's some cool stuff in here. So, it's at the bottom. Okay, so if I type in here, let's see, what did I say before? I said stylized albatross with Princess Leia hairdo. Hairdo. Did I spell that right? Standing on a rock. So it'll create this. It's pretty quick for one thing. Yeah, see, that's getting there. It doesn't quite understand what Princess Leia's hair is. I think I spelled Leia wrong, so it just knows princess. So that one in the upper right's starting to get there. But anyway, it's got content type, photo. So if I just click photo, it'll kind of redo those things as photos. And then if I click graphic, it'll redo them as graphic. And then and there's different styles and color tones and things like that. But you just click on it, right? So it did those as graphics. So you just click on it. So you don't have to type all that shit in. So the interface for these things is going to get better. Midjourneys will get better. It's just that right now they're putting their time and energy into the image generation, not the interface, right? Which is really frustrating. I totally agree with you, but the results are fucking mind-blowing. Some comments in this live were filtered. Don't be nasty to each other, please. That makes me cranky when you people are mean. Thoughts on Google AI class? I think you should take it. I haven't taken it yet. I only know it exists. How do I use the plugins? So I think I've showed this before, but if I haven't showed it here, I'll go do it quickly. So the thing you need to do is you need to be paying for ChatGPT Plus, and then you'll get access to them. And then you need to go to your settings and go to beta features, so the second choice down, and enable browse with Bing and plugins. So you got to turn them on. And then when you go to GPT-4, you've got these three options. Default, which is the way it used to be. Browse with Bing is connected to the internet, and then you've got plugins. And then the plugins are, you've got a list of whatever you have installed, and then you have checkboxes for up to 3 of them that you can actually activate for this session. So I might have a set of 3 that I use for booking travel arrangements, and I might have 2 that I use for reading PDF documents, and I have others that I use for financial shit. So you kind of mix and match them depending on the session, right? And then to find new plugins, you go to the plugin store and you can search and you can scroll. And there's now 400 of them, so there's a lot to go through. And then basically what you do is, which ones do I have here? So I've got some travel ones activated. So basically what you do is, I know I've got some travel things activated, so I'll say plan a set of daily activities for my exciting trip to Toledo, Ohio next week. I'll be there for 3 days. So rather than having to hop off to Google and go find all this shit, I could just type in that one little sentence. And what it should do is just fire off. It'll figure out which of those plugins is the appropriate one. So it says using Get Your Guide. And then it says, sure, here's your suggested activity. Your self-guided driving tour through Ohio. That's cool. And there's a link. You can book your tour here. I will need to find more activities for you. Please wait. Oh, so now it's using Get Your Guide. So it actually fired off 2 other plugins. It fired off Get Your Guide and it fired off Experiences. So you don't so much use plugins as curate them, right? You go find plugins that kind of do the thing you want to do, and then you activate them for a session. And so now it's given me a whole sort of itinerary here using plugins. Now, where I think these things are going in the future is you won't have to pick them. I think where this is going is you just tell it what you want it to do, and it will figure out, do I need a plugin here? And if so, great, I'll do it. And then I think the future version is, do I need a plugin here? And then it'll be like, oh, there isn't a plugin. Let me go see if there's any APIs that do this. And it'll go find whatever API to whatever data system. And it'll say, okay, let me write my own interface to that API now that I understand it. And if that doesn't exist, it'll say, well, let me create my own app to do that thing. Like I think in a fairly short amount of time, probably within 3 years, you just ask this thing for shit and it gives you shit. How does it get there? I don't know. It invents, uses, or remixes any tools it needs, combined with any data it needs, combined with the large language model to organize that shit. And then makes pretty pictures and music and videos as well. Do I think IT security will be impacted by AI? Oh, I think it's going to be upended. If you take this idea of autonomous agents, if you don't know what those are, it's basically like having ChatGPT prompt itself to go use tools and go execute things to solve a goal that you give it. So you could give it the goal, go find me as many computers as you can with this specific Windows vulnerability, exploit that vulnerability, and give me a list of hyperlinks of servers that we have access to. I would be surprised if people weren't playing with that right now. Right? So I think it's going to be impacted dramatically. Now, the IT security teams also have access to these AI tools. So they're going to be able to do countermeasures and be able to catch those people in dramatically more powerful ways as well. So the war will continue between, black hat hackers and IT security teams, but it's going to get a fuckload more interesting. Okay, please help. Best one for text like ChatGPT and got image creation. Have a low budget. Get on the wait list for Leonardo.ai. They give you like 150 credits a day. It's really good. Leonardo.ai, like Leonardo da Vinci. And then ChatGPT. And if you want to use GPT-4, go to Bing. Bing.com is ChatGPT-4 without the cost. And and then use that. Also, right now, I think Firefly, get on the Firefly beta from Adobe, because I think there's going to be a free version of that. I'm not sure, though. That's probably, I'm speaking out of my ass on that one. There's also something that's like Midjourney called Blue Willow. So go to Blue Willow. Is it bluewillow.com? Hang on. That is free, but it's actually based on Stable Diffusion, not Midjourney, but it is free. Blue Willow. bluewillow.ai. Free AI art generator. So you go to bluewillow.ai, and then you say join the beta, and it will take you to a Discord server. And you'll be really confused if you don't use Discord a lot. And you're like, wait, wasn't I on a website? What is this thing? That's Discord. That's the nightmare that we were talking about before with Midjourney. Just saw this in my Google feed. Hello, welcome. You're probably not here anymore because I'm so far behind on my messages. All right. Can I talk through the videos that I jumped all the way to the bottom? Hey, Kyle, I like that name, LOL. AI for retail and logistics. Yeah, I don't know a ton about logistics. I think AI is going to have a pretty... I don't know what's going on with retail. I don't know enough about that world. What I would say is, if you know a lot about that world, I would start... I would just start exploring it with ChatGPT and with... there's some plugins right now for Google Sheets called, I think it's called GPT for Sheets is one of the plugins that I know, where you can actually put calls to OpenAI into individual cells within Google Sheets. I'd start experimenting with that because I think you could do some insane stuff with the logistics side of things. I'll come back. I'll do a demo on how I made the synthesized video of myself. I'll do that in a bit. Let me just go back a few questions. I'm going to jump to the bottom of questions here. I'm going to skip a bunch so I can get caught up because I think I was about an hour behind on questions. So I'm just going to kind of randomly jump back about, 10 minutes or so. It's coming fast. Don't ignore it because it's not perfect. Yeah, exactly. Don't ignore this shit. Seriously, this stuff is... Here's the thing that... As remarkable as all this stuff is, it's as bad today as it's ever going to be. It only gets better from here, right? Like, it only gets dramatically better from here. Do you mean what you say? Most times, unless I'm lying. Then I don't. So we pay to improve the machines. Yeah. I mean, listen, this whole thing about it should be free, man. The amount of money that it costs to train these models and the amount of money that every time you run a GPT query, I think it's something like 10 cents or like 20 cents. Like it's a fucking remarkable amount of money. And like 100 million people are using this. Like when you pay the $20 a month for ChatGPT, they're limiting it to 25 queries for every 3 hours because it's fucking expensive. So yeah, and they're using us to improve their things. Just like Google used us to build their entire fucking business and Facebook used us, right? Like we've already given away all of our data, right? We've already paid way more than money for all the free tools. So yeah, we're paying to improve the machines. These are the most powerful tools in the history of mankind. It's worth $20 a month, in my opinion. But but there's free versions of it. Even if you don't think it's worth $20 a month, just go use Bing. They got free image generation and it's GPT-4 for free, and it'll be free forever. All right. I run Black Arch Unix or Linux. Cool. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. I don't even like artificial intelligence. The bird nests or beaver dams are bird nests or beaver dams artificial. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think we're getting away from AI. Like we've called it AI in movies for years, and it's just easier to say. I agree with you. I tried for years in the early days of when I was doing agency.com in the early days of the web. I actually got a New York Times article written about a concept. I didn't think we should call web pages pages, because when you call them a page, you metaphorically think of it like a page, and you create boring, flat pages. But if you think of it more like an experience where you're entering a brand, like a theme park, you'll create more interesting experiences. And in the end, people called it pages because it looked like a page. And so that's why the internet fucking looks like the goddamn yellow pages right now. Like, the early days of the web were so inventive and so cool. All right. How is GPT-4 priced using the API of creating an app for public use? It's remarkably cheap. It's expensive to train and fine tune. Like, if you're gonna create embeddings based on your data, that's pretty expensive. But just calls to like the DaVinci 3 model is really cheap. And then I don't have access to the GPT-4 API yet, so I don't know how much that is. But like, I'm not doing massive calls. Like, if you're doing tens of thousands of calls, I'm sure the price gets up there. But here's the good news. If you're thinking about developing with OpenAI's things and you're concerned about cost, just go spin up one of the open source large language models. That, like, they're getting really good. Go start testing all that open source stuff, because that's all free. It's all free. Go download the GitHub repository and tell ChatGPT to tell you how to install that shit on a Google Colab machine, and go make yourself a thing. And it won't cost you a shit. It'll cost you what Google Colab will, charge you to run their virtual machine for a week. Will the lottery be easier to win based on the data it will give? Well, I think there's a difference between, what is it, probability and, I don't know. I'm too tired. No, it won't. You will still more likely be struck by lightning 3 times in a week and survive it than hit the lottery. You cannot go faster than Carl Lewis. That's true. I don't think I can go faster than Carl McGillicuddy, and I don't even know who that is. How about GIs? Mac. Not with me, this semantics Roger copy that I don't know what you're saying there. What would you recommend as the first step to really learn AI? That's why I put these up here. First step. Well, so when you say really learn AI, I assume you're talking about really learn generative AI, really learn these new tools that we can just use. Start understanding what they make possible. Go to chat.openai.com. I'm going to go to GPT 3.5. So this is the non-fancy, this is the free version of ChatGPT. It's incredibly fast, and I'm going to type in, like the best way to get started, just start doing what I call parlor tricks. So I'm going to say, I have a fat, black, and white dog named Champ that barks at everyone and sings when I play the guitar, which is true. Please write me a country song I can sing to him. So start with something ridiculous and stupid like that. Now watch this. Bang. Oh, it's slow tonight. Oh, there it went. It's thinking. It knows the difference between verses and choruses. Well, I got a dog named Champ, a buddy like no other, a fat black and white fella, a real country lover. He barks at every passerby, protecting what he's got, but I strum the guitar when he joins on the spot. Oh, my Champ, my loyal friend, barking and howling from beginning to end. We make music together, a perfect harmony in this country song for my champ you see. So do stupid shit like this, and then say, let's see, make this a short story. once upon a time, da, 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 da. So now there's a short story. Bang, done. Create a table that compares good dogs with bad dogs like Champ. There's a table comparing good and bad dogs. Appearance: good dogs, friendly and approachable. Bad dogs, intimidating and aggressive. Oh my God. Training: eager to learn, quick to obey. Bad dogs, difficult to train, stubborn. Oh my God. It's awesome. So start with stuff like this. So, and then I would say quickly move from parlor tricks to do a project. Do a project like for your community group or for your business. Maybe your business is struggling with marketing. Use ChatGPT to write a marketing plan. Just start learning it. Just start getting your hands dirty. Start watching YouTube videos. Start, doing 2-hour long TikTok lives at 58. I mean, seriously, this channel is like here as much for me to learn as it is for me to teach, because it's impossible to know where this stuff is going. All I know is that it's going to change everything, and I want to be as in it as I can be. So someone I was talking to said, not everyone's a tsunami surfer, right? This is a tsunami that's coming at us, and it's coming at us way faster than anyone realizes. And he said, not everyone's a tsunami surfer. And I'm like, I like the metaphor. And where I am is I'd much rather be on the surfboard and chance wiping out than be in the cozy beach cabana with the tsunami coming, right? So all the people that are like, it's not perfect, or, it's not really AI, it's machine learning. Okay, there's still a tsunami coming, right? All the people that are like, I've probably got 3 years. No, there's a tsunami coming. So I think that's the best way. A special purpose. Dear Internet, thank you for comedy. Nadia, you seem to have a purpose here. Dear Internet, thank you for your efforts. You're welcome. Kyle's purpose is to distress Nadia. Winning. Exactly. Got her. He used words. I didn't like that he used words. Why do you use words, Kyle? UBI, when? So, universal basic income. What's fascinating on that one for me is when Andrew Yang was going all crazy about UBI and like AI is going to demand UBI, I was like, that's interesting, but what the fuck is he talking about? And then I had my little brain epiphany with ChatGPT. YouTube can make money with ChatGPT. There's going to be tremendous disruption. I don't think the UBI thing is going to be required long term, right? I think it can absolutely be a tool for the next 2 to 3 years, maybe 5 years, when all this disruption happens. Because what's going to happen is a bunch of jobs are going to get displaced, and there's probably going to be enough significant disruption that it's in the same neighborhood of disruption as COVID, where it's like the government's just like, oh, fuck, we got to do something, right? And then it might look like UBI, it might look like something else. But then what's going to happen is all the jobs that got displaced are going to get replaced with a bunch of new jobs that we've never even imagined could have been jobs before, right? So just like when the Industrial Revolution happened, a bunch of people got displaced, and then all these new jobs were created. So it's going to be a similar sort of thing like that. Hopefully the new jobs that are post-AI are not as soul and body crushing as the Industrial Revolution, but who knows? But so I don't know that it will be in the next year, but I have a feeling probably within 2, you're going to need to do something. What skills do you need to teach our kids now with AI, prompt engineering, understanding intent. Yeah, I think the big skills moving forward is essentially critical thinking. So understanding intent. What do you want to accomplish? What are we trying to do? What does success look like? What's good? What's bad? And then understanding the tools enough to ask for it, right? So rather than saying, we're going to try to catch people that are cheating using ChatGPT to write papers, bring it into the classroom and say, let's have ChatGPT write the paper, and then we're going to analyze it as a class to see what it got right, what it got wrong. How would we do it different? How might we prompt it in a different way that it would give us a better result? Like all of that sort of stuff, that's going to be the critical skill moving forward. The tactical execution of the day-to-day mind-numbing shit that we all have to do every day, let the robots do that. Elevate our brains and our students' brains to a higher level of engagement, critical thinking. Like I feel like we're entering this revenge of the liberal arts major era, right? Have a broad view. Be able to look at things objectively and say, is that good? Is that bad? What's that based on? I don't know. My world experience, critical thinking, understanding the problem, right? Not just being a cog in the fucking wheel. When will Midjourney get plugins? When will Midjourney get a fucking interface? It's a billing code. I surface read that article that AI is keeping us in a sort of bull market. What do you think? I think that there's a non-zero possibility. I've heard that from some engineers recently. I think it's a great term. There's a non-zero possibility that so one of the things I've heard is that tech shops, engineering shops that are fully embracing AI for their coders are seeing a 30 to 40% productivity increase. That's a lot. In business, a 30 to 40% productivity increase with an existing team is a fuck ton. It's a lot. So the pessimistic view of this, right? The doomer's view of this is if you're 30 or 40% more efficient, you fire 30 to 40% of the people. Or you have a 30 to 40% increase in productivity that you dump back into the economy. So it's possible. There's a non-zero chance that this AI stuff, if the impact comes swiftly, which I think it will, and if the private equity firms don't just bleed all the resources out of companies to skim more money off, which they're going to do that, but hopefully more companies increase their productivity. So I think it's possible. Insurances use different calendars. Insurances use every game in the book to screw with us. Our phones listen, and yep, and info marketing cog we go. Meant Y2K. Okay, can I come up for 5 minutes? I have something to show and see if you can explain. Possibly. I don't know how to bring you up. Let me see if I can find you in here. I probably can. I don't see you in here. I guess raise your hand or do whatever you need to do, Mexico. I'm happy to bring you up. The problem with bringing you up is I lose my dual screen, so that thing's going to go away. But I think that's important, but it may not be. Vic, thank you very much. Oculus. What about Oculus? What's the difference between an LLM and human reasoning and or consciousness? So an LLM has the consciousness of a calculator. It has none. Now, it behaves like it's got consciousness, and it behaves like it's got knowledge, and it behaves like it's got empathy. But it actually doesn't. Like, what it's doing is it's predicting one word after the other. You put in your prompt, there's a mathematical equation that's created. They dump that mathematical query into a massive number database, and the numbers basically say there's the highest probability of the next word that I should respond with is this word. And then it does it again and again and again. So it writes all these individual words that are just mathematical predictions. And then we as humans read it and we're like, ooh, It must have consciousness because it said it felt something. It said it was in love with that New York Times reporter and he should leave his wife. But it wasn't saying that. It just typed those words, right? So the difference is human beings can make sense of those words. The large language model is just putting them out there. There will be a version in the future where it puts them out there and then it analyzes what it did. And then it, so there's a version of this in the future where those two things get much closer, right? But, why these large language models are good, why they work so well is they've mimicked the human brain, how it learns. So it learns like a human brain, but it's not processing like a human brain. All right. Cursing for I don't know what that word is. Dislodges? Dialogues, maybe. Officially obsessed with AI now. I agree. AI can free us up for the human experience. Work is an escape for many. Yeah. And I think, work is also one of those things where there's a hopeful, like there's just going to be some really fucking pain coming, which I hate. But the silver lining that I'm hoping is that people are going to be displaced from jobs that they hated, but they wouldn't admit that they hated. And then once they're gone and once they realize that job's not coming back, that they might go, I fucking hated that job. You know what I've always wanted to do? Cookies. They start a fucking cookie company. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of reinvention. And also, all the displaced people also have access to these tools, right? So they're going to be able to be competent and masterful at things that they historically would not have had the decade or the time to put in to get good at, because the tools are going to give them a leg up. I worry a bit that a lot of people want to do routine work. Yeah, not everyone's an entrepreneur. I agree with that. There will still be routine work. It'll just be different work, right? If your routine work is sifting through insurance forms to find typos or to do data entry, that kind of shit's going to go away. But there's going to be other kind of routine work, like maybe maintaining the AI, I don't know, bot library. I don't know. Who knows? But there are different kinds of people. Not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. AI can change a person's entire life, right? Yes, I agree. So, for example, Stephen, on like a week and a half ago, there's a guy in Italy that was paralyzed in a motorcycle accident, and they created a Bluetooth bridge over the injured part of his spine. They used a large language model to read his brain scan, his MRI brain scan, had him think about moving his legs. So the large language model learned this is what his brain does when he's thinking about moving his legs. It then sent Bluetooth signals down to electrodes in the lower part of his spine, and he's walking. He's not walking great. Like, it ain't perfect, but like that happened. That happened last week. So I think the level of impact, to humanity is going to be profound. I think it's going to do things like solve genetic diseases, and it's going to do things like cure cancer, and it's going to do things like solve the energy crisis and solve the, climate crisis. And there's a lot that it's going to change. So I think on an individual level, it can be transformative, and then on a societal level, I think it can be transformative. And it could just kill us all. Oh my God, the discourse thing, so annoying. Oh, Discord thing, yeah, it really is. Making a note to send Kyle a black vest to wear during our lives. I know. I like these fancy shirts, but then, you can't read the text. Sorry about that. Does anyone know how he does the second camera? I can tell you how to do the second camera. When you go live, there's an option that says dual camera. You turn it on. That's it. Like, it's just, it's got this camera on and that camera on at the same time, and it puts the back camera in the little window. And then I'm not looking for them. So if you got an acting gig for me, I'd love to do one. I've actually thought about getting back into that. I haven't done any acting since last time I did a play I did Picasso at the Le Pan Agile in Ridgefield, Connecticut in 2003 or 4. That was the last acting I did. I played Elvis. That was fun. I liked my question. It was simple and honest and straightforward. It was. It was good. Solid question. I missed your response to anything for front end dev UX. Oh, I showed you that cool thing. So I just went to Google. I'll have to do it again. I typed in mid journey UX prompts, and then it popped up the UI design. And then when I went to the site, there are examples and prompts of all these people doing really interesting UX stuff with Midjourney. And then what I talked about was, now these are just images, so come on, focus, you dum-dum. Come on, dum-dum. Come on, dum-dum. There you go. These are just images, but they're images that are, really interesting, fun UX stuff that you can take into Figma. But then what I talked about was go to futurepedia.io. That's a directory of a bunch of AI tools. I'm sure there are UX specific things, because I'm pretty sure there's lots and lots of things right now that are text to, like, build me a mobile interface, build me a web interface that's actually building like layered Figma files and shit like that. I'm pretty sure they're out there. But if you just want to do the ideation, doing UX in Midjourney is really, really pretty cool. We need a plugins manager filter. We need so many things. I need the ability to search my previous prompts, because since I've been doing these lives, I go into my prompts and I do all these prompts for the lives, and I can't find the shit that I did for work. So yeah, it's like ChatGPT right now. It's really raw and new. It just is what it is right now. Google AI class is worth doing. Very short and good to understand how involved they've been with LLMs. Yeah, I mean, listen, Google invented the transformer. The thing that powers all of this cool shit that we're playing with was invented by Google in 2017. Do you know how to get access to Code Interpreter? No, but if you figure it out, will you tell me? So what it's going to be is, so I've seen the interface. So when you're in ChatGPT, there's this option called beta features, and I've seen the interface. So right now I've got access to browse with Bing and plugins. At some point there's going to be Code Interpreter right here, but it ain't there, and so that makes me cranky, because some people have access to it but I don't have access to it. It makes me sad. I'm so sad. I want Code Interpreter. So no, I don't. Why is he such an idiot? I don't know. Because I've been doing this for 2 hours. My ass is numb. What do you want from me, people? Apparently Nadia wants me to have a purpose. Kyle, remind me where I can paste the prompt into Discord. Okay, so if you go to po.com Midjourney, it takes you to this Midjourney bot. And then you have to go to the Midjourney Discord, or any Discord that's got the Midjourney bot installed in it. This is the AI bot, but you have to have an account with Midjourney where you actually you either have free credits or you've paid for it. You've got a subscription. And then once you do that, you come to a Midjourney channel in Discord and you type /imagine. And see it pops up imagine right here. So I just hit return and it will type it down here. And so there's a little prompt window, and now I can copy this prompt and paste it in here and hit return. And now it will go make me that image. Ever notice that GPT 3.5 is DaVinci 002? Look at the URL. I thought it was 003. I think it's 003. But it might be 2. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to that. There's our albatrosses. That doesn't seem like the right plural there. Can you check out my Midjourney prompt pobot / MJ Captain? Sure, let's go look at it now. Let's all go look at it. MJ Captain. So we're gonna go po.com / MJ Captain. A bot that will generate optimized Midjourney prompts. You can request either a photo, painting, or design, and the bot will create a prompt that combines different styles and words. Welcome. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry. There you go. That's MJ Captain. This is BirdDog 9000. Awesome name. What's your name? BirdDog 9000. Why? Okay, so let's say photo of a brand new 1969 GTO Judge in an abandoned factory. Prompt: a brand new 69 Judge parked in an abandoned factory, rusted pipes in the background in the style of Ansel Adams, black and white. That'll be cool. Diana Arbus, high contrast photography, vintage car, 1960s, 4:3 aspect ratio. Yeah, this looks cool. So let's grab this. I think the V5.1 in style. Oh no, I missed. Never mind. There was no issue there. So that seems promising. And so I'm gonna go because that other Midjourney bot that I used seemed a little over verbose. I like that yours is a little simpler. I found that Midjourney can get a little if you overdo it with the prompts, I think it gets confused. All right. So BirdDog 9000, here's your big test. Like the prompt is one thing, but does it make a cool image is the real thing. Looks like they might be in color. They might be in black and white. Don't know yet. Looks like muted colors for sure. Let's see if it got the 69 GTO Judge right. No, not even close. That's not your fault though. That's Midjourney. Those are kind of cool. Those kind of look like some sort of future reimagining of that's like a Mad Max reimagining of a late 60s muscle car. That's pretty cool. But it's black and white. All right, we're at 78%. Yeah, pretty cool. Nice job. Yeah, creating the bots on Poe is pretty easy and it's fun. So how you do that? I'll go show you how to do a bot. So if you go to Poe.com, anybody can do this, by the way. So you got all these different large language models up here, and then you got your bots down here, and then you've got this thing called create a bot. And so you say create a bot, and then you basically name it. So he named his MJ Captain, which is a good name, and then he gave it a description. And then he chose, is this going to be Claude Instant or ChatGPT? I use Claude Instant because it's fast. And then you write a prompt. So this prompt might be, act as a Midjourney prompt expert, and here are the different, attributes of a Midjourney prompt. And you basically dick around with your prompt until you get it doing what you want it to do. And then the intro message is what the bot says when you log into it. And then you can upload an image, I think right here. So you can make an image in Midjourney to make your bot. And then you say create bot. And then you have now created a bot. I used this to create Sling Blade, Yoda. What else have I created? Shakespeare, Emily Dickinson. I am Steve Jobs. I am Jay-Z. I am Maya Angelou, Mary Shelley, Virginia Woolf, Edgar Allan Poe, Mark Twain. So it's fun. It's a good way to practice your prompting, your prompt engineering, your prompt writing. Cross your fingers tomorrow. I am asking Dollar Tree for a job. Finally, someone will hire me. I hope so. Good luck. How long did it take you to do the course? Okay, you're talking to each other. Cool. Ever notice that GPT 3.5 is... Oh, we talked about that one. Charlie Rose had a guy warning people of universal AI because robots, then pandemic happened, and something universal income. Well, yeah. I think there's going to be big disruption in the employment market. And I think the government's going to have to do something about it. And not just ours. Because this is not just happening here. Did you know that those GPT models know essentially all the languages? They're really good at translating languages. We also behave as if we have empathy. That's a great point, Heart of the Matters. Core free self-will is so second millennium. That's good. Midjourney is working on a web interface next, according to their office hours. Well, they should. Listen, you've got the best, image generation tool. I think they have two things they need to be working on. One is their legal department, because they're going to get their asses sued from here to oblivion. The other one's an interface. We need our own AI. You can go get them. They're everywhere now. Just look up open source large language models. Go to Reddit, search for open source large language models. Run down that rabbit hole. You can have your own AI. Like tonight, there's one called GPT for all. It's not GPT-4, but it's GPT for all. But you put the 4 in there. And it will install it on your local machine, and then you can pick different large language models, and it's all running locally. You can go do that tonight. You can probably do that in the next half hour. Anybody can be an entrepreneur. Anybody can be an entrepreneur, but not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Everybody is free to be an entrepreneur, but yeah, some people are not entrepreneurial. That's what I learned when I did agency.com, is that some people just want jobs. They're like, tell me what to do, and I'll fucking do it. I don't want to invent anything. I don't want to contribute to the fucking mission of the company. Like, I'm a copywriter. Let me write copy. Just tell me what to do. I'll sit here and shut up. And businesses need those kind of people. Like, those are people that are needed. Now, my question is, are those the kind of jobs that get automated out? I don't know. Possibly. And then what do those people do? I don't know. That's where we might come. That's where we might swing back to universal income, because not everybody's an entrepreneur. And not everybody should be, or we wouldn't have any existing businesses. Like, no one would serve you your, food. AI versus subconscious data entry. Yes, exactly. We also behave as if we have empathy. Oh, I've already seen these. Sorry, I lost my place again because I'm just not good at the TikTok. He's okay. He just seems old. He seems old and tired, and I don't think he has a mission. Have you asked him if he had one? Because I don't think he does. I mean, what's his purpose? What do you think his purpose is? Why is he here on TikTok? I just don't know. All right. Work change things started for years now already. Sunny Ace's pet retreat. That English not really as is a sentence. But I think I know what you mean. I'm trying to find a web-based AI app that'll fix motion blur on a face. I'm pretty sure that Photoshop has that built in already. It might be under their AI tools. Basically go to... Hang on. Go to neural filters. It might just be, I think it's just a filter under blur. It might be under neural filters, which is their AI filters, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's not blur, it's sharpen. Go look in neural filters. I'm pretty sure that exists already in Photoshop. Kyle is cranky and sad. No, I'm not. I'm just tired. I've been doing this for a while, so you have to log in as a developer to see code interpreter. I am logged in as a developer. Wait. Maybe that would give me access to GPT-4 as well. Nostalgic Flicks, if you're still here, tell me how to log in as a developer, because I've got an API key, so I'm pretty sure I'm logged in as a developer. But if there's a super secret way to log into OpenAI that I can get a code interpreter and GPT-4, please tell me. That would be nice. When do you usually go live? Whenever I have a wild hair up my ass to go live. How can you keep images private in Midjourney? Pay them $60 a month. Hi, what career opportunities What career opportunities in AI industries? I don't know. It's more like I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of talk about prompt engineers, and prompt engineering pays these wild six-figure salaries. I don't think prompt engineering is going to be. I think a lot of that's going to get automated into the background really, really quickly. I think that's a short-term blip, but we'll see. I would say take what you're good at and learn how to do it with AI. Start there. Because every industry, every career, every job is going to be impacted by it. So you should be one of the people that knows how to do what you do well with AI, and you'll find a career there somewhere. Retro futuristic, is this Zelda? We collect Poe. Can you create a ChatGPT plugin on Poe.ai? I don't think so. I don't think Poe's supporting. I don't think Poe's supporting plugins right now, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Am I missing the link to his Discord? So if you want to link to the AI Salon Discord, go to my profile. There's a link tree there. The salon.ai is the website that's got a link tree, and in that is the invite to the Salon Discord. You can also just go to the Midjourney Discord if you want to do things there. I hope we can get more young people in other countries to access generative AI. I do too. I think it sucks that a bunch of countries are blocking it altogether. But now that we have open source large language models, that shit's going to end. All right. Can you repeat to have your own AI bot? Yeah, go to... What's going on here? Oh, that's a menu. Go to Poe.com, and then in the left-hand column, go down to Create a Bot. And then when you do that, in the right-hand column, you can put a picture of your bot, you name it, give it a description, choose the model, write the prompt, and this is just like writing a prompt in ChatGPT. You're just telling it to be a certain kind of bot, so it's going to rewrite it. Like I did the Shakespeare one. I told it was Shakespeare and that it should always respond in iambic pentameter. And then you give it a little greeting message and you build it and you're done. And then you can tell someone to go to Poe.com/I am Shakespeare, or I am Midjourney, or I am MJ Captain. It looks like we got some new people just joined. I've been doing this for like 2.5 hours now, so I am bloody-eyed. My butt's numb, and I'm a little moist, and But this is the AI Learning Lab. My name's Kyle Shannon. I'm an entrepreneur. I answer questions about AI. If you've got questions, pop them down below. If you're new to AI, go to these websites. The top one is the official ChatGPT website. I'm not affiliated with it. They should fucking pay me commissions because I'm like a giant ad for them every night I do this. But they're not. They're just there, like that's the official one. And then Bing.com is GPT-4 for free. And Poe.com, you can do a bunch of shit, including making your own bots, which I just showed you. So, that's who I am and what this is. Kyle's here for Nadia. You're funny, Emilio's wife. All right, thanks for your lives. Enjoyable, educational, thank you. What is a local machine? Okay, so right now when you use ChatGPT, if you type in, write me a poem about X, it sends that prompt to Microsoft servers that are running AI's models, and then it sends you back an answer. Running it local means you're running it on your local machine using your machine's own processing power. So when you type in your prompt, it just processes it locally with a local large language model and gives you back the answer just locally. So nothing goes away from your computer. So that's the advantage there. So you just have much more control. You can use open source large language models that don't have safety guardrails on them, for example, things like that. That's why people want to do that. Oh, and you already answered each other. Local machine equals your hard drive. Okay, so sure, I could have said it in 3 words, but I chose to use 642 words to answer it because I have diarrhea of the mouth. Any legit way to integrate with Midjourney API? I don't think so. They don't have an API yet. They don't have an interface. It's incredibly convoluted, but it's just the fucking best. They need an API. They need an interface. Midjourney is very frustrating right now. Because when you have a tool that's that good, and also the CEO, I've seen a couple of interviews with him. He's a bit of a douche, which that does not. There's parts of that organization that just rub me wrong. But god damn, the quality of the images is so good. What's the best platform to generate music in the style of a specific musician with certain mood and tempo? I don't know. There's so many of them. That's why I have futurepedia.io up here. I can't keep up with the tools anymore at all. Like, and I have a newsletter. Like, it's part of my self-imposed job is to learn all this shit. Google just released their music LM, so you can go to Google. They've got a text-to-music thing. I would just go to futurepedia.io, go to the music section, and just start clicking on links. And then you're going to find, like, there's going to be, I don't know, there's going to be 150 music tools that all claim to be the best thing since sliced bread. And there's going to be 2 of them that actually don't suck. So it's going to be time-consuming and annoying. But I guarantee you there are 1 or more tools out there that are going to fucking melt your face off. And you'll just be like, really? I'm so screwed. And then so here's the deal. If you have that moment where you're like, I'm fucked, don't run from it. Like, lean into it and just now start learning that tool. Like, get really good at it. Because here's my theory. The AI tool that scares you the most is the one that you should be learning, because it's the one that's the biggest existential threat to who you are and what you do. And my theory is this. You're going to be better at using that tool than someone who isn't as good as that shit as you are, right? If someone just comes and doesn't know anything about music, they're going to make music with that tool. And it's going to be okay. You're going to be able to do things of a different level. So anyway, good luck. Jump in. Get scared. If as you dig into this stuff, you can't figure out if you're excited or scared, that's the appropriate response. Thanks for checking out Poe. It's based on prompts. I based it off prompts from the describe feature in Midjourney. Oh, that's cool. This is really cool. So I forget how it works. Do I go copy link? You go /describe. You go slash describe. Oh, and then you drag an image there. So let me go grab an image off my hard drive. Okay, we'll grab this is the image I did this is the Genesis image for my Kyle Shannon Dreams art project. So I'm going to drag that onto this thing in Midjourney, and I'm going to hit return. And now it's going to read it's going to read that image, and it's actually going to write a prompt for me, or 4 of them. So first prompt: the man wears blue goggles and a suit in a city setting in the style of neon-infused digitalism, realistic, hyper-detailed portraits, security camera, art movie poster, Jason Middlebrook, futuristic gothic, AR 8x11. So I'm going to copy that. And now I'm going to go /imagine. And I'm going to paste in. So it read the message, gave us the prompt. Now I'm going to put that prompt back into Midjourney and have it generate an image based on the description only. So this is not using the image at all, just the description it gave. And we'll see what it came up with. It usually does. You get really interesting things this way. So we'll wait here. Gotta go to bed. I'm old and it's 12:30 here. I know it's 11:30 here. Thanks for all the info. You're fabulous. Thank you. us old people got to stick together. I got to go to bed soon. This is starting to look cool. Is Stable Diffusion comparable quality to Midjourney? It's getting close, and there's some things where Stable Diffusion can be better. There's other things where it's not. The advantage of Stable Diffusion is Stability AI open sourced it, and the developer. So the problem with Midjourney right now is it's all closed. It's all behind closed doors. So whatever developers they have are how they're advancing their technology, which is why they don't have a good interface and a good this and a good that. Like they only have so many resources. What's happening with Stable Diffusion is that it's opening, it's open source. So the entire development community, every time there's something new from Stability AI put out in the world, the developer community pounces on it and creates all these tools. So Stable Diffusion has a lot more tools and a lot more flexibility and multiple visual interfaces in front of it. And there's Leonardo.ai is sitting on top of Stable Diffusion, and I don't know, there's a bunch of them out there. So Stable Diffusion is just a much bigger ecosystem, but quality of image, Midjourney still has it, in my opinion. So here's these images that it created, based on the description of that. It made those. So it's in the neighborhood. Pretty cool. All right. What's the best use of these sites? Which industry? Example, accounting, or photography? Which sites? These? The top 3 are really just ChatGPT. Like, start learning what these large language models are and can do. The prompts one helps you prompt there, and then Futurepedia is just, here's all the tools. You want to dig into this shit? It's almost like every tool at Futurepedia is a rabbit hole that you can spend the next week on, and there's thousands of them. So that's what's going on in the industry. If you're feeling overwhelmed and behind, welcome to the club. Your information's very interesting. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate that. Which AI is good for... Wait, I lost it. Damn it. Which AI is good for creating children's book characters? Just all of them. You just need to learn to prompt. Tell it to make you a children... Oh, well, so there's a weird... Okay, so this will get better, but it's really shitty right now. So one of the things that's actually really hard for these things is if you create a character in Midjourney that you really like, and then you want to carry that character forward and put it in different scenarios, but have it be really consistent, that's really hard. In Stable Diffusion, there's this project called ControlNet, which allows you to do that, but it's really complicated to set up. So I would go Google or whatever, ControlNet for Stable Diffusion, and it will help. All right, I'm an educator and would like to help my students learn how to use language. Where can I start? That's why these are here. Start with ChatGPT. Just start with ChatGPT. Have them toss you out ideas. You type it in. They watch the results. Then have them type them in. You'll see. Like, their eyes will get big. It's fun stuff. All right, I'm gonna go soon. I'm gonna go. Which is AI translated various languages? ChatGPT understands all the languages. Just tell it to translate. Say, paste in something in English and tell it to translate some language that you know. It's really quite good. This has been the best quality time I've ever spent on TikTok. Good Lord, sorry about that. But thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Have I ever used ChatGPT to generate Midjourney prompts? Yes, and we just did this before. We used Poe to do that as well. Name your character and help the AI maintain the same character in your book. Yeah, that's the thing that's really hard. ControlNet for Stable Diffusion helps that. Adobe will crack the nut on that, as will others. It's a real pain in the ass right now. So there's not a good answer to that one, unfortunately. Well, there is. Wait a year. What are your thoughts on Jasper? So Jasper has been around for longer than ChatGPT has. So they're built on top of GPT-3. So it's basically Jasper and Copy AI and all those things are basically pre-written prompts. Like every little button that you push on, like the blog writer and the tweet writer and the this and that, those are all just prompts sitting on top of GPT-3. So you could do the identical thing that they do by going into ChatGPT and coming up with a prompt that consistently gives you good tweets or good blog posts. The difference with those, what you're paying for there is they've taken the time to write all those prompts and turn them into pretty buttons. So I think they're good. So I mean, some of them are quite good. Jasper's quite good, but that's what it is from a technical perspective. It's actually quite a quite simple prompting layer on top of the same tool that you have access to. Do I think AI is progressing too fast? Possibly. Yeah, I think AI is progressing way too fast, but there's no stopping it. So it's coming way faster than we're prepared for. Thanks so much for your time. I've learned a lot. Okay, I'm going to go. I appreciate all your time. I've been here, I think, 3 hours or something like that. My butt's numb. I'm lightheaded and I'm tired and sweaty and my hair is unfortunate. So thanks all for your time. I'll be back at some point. Peace.